Welcome, all my friends, to Waterdeep, the crown of the north, where a wondrous tale of urban adventure is about to unfold.
Yay.
We will pick up with our characters. At Troll Skull Manor. Where your barkeep, Kala, tells you, "Oi, Mr. Donovan, you know I get stuff done around here real good for you, right?"
Yes, of course. You've been most helpful.
Wait, what?
Kala Hilltopple, hired by Broxley, well, by Donovan through Broxley. Has been keeping things around here. And she was just addressing Donovan, letting her know the good work she's been doing.
You asking for a raise already, Cole?
Always looking for a raise, of course, sir. Do whatever I can.
How long?
And you can tell, Donovan, you can tell, like, she's, like, trying to sound that way. It's like a bad accent. Inexplicably why, but that seems to be the case. Go ahead, I'm sorry, I cut two people off.
Do we know if the accent maybe seems like fake? Like are we a little like suspicious by it, or is it just a little funky and we haven't heard it before?
You could roll a perception check.
I'm a little suspicious. Where are we? Last I recall, I was surrounded by a bunch of dead bodies and about 20 more of the little orky things. Am I awake?
That's a good point, Roland. You don't remember what happened. Trying to remember, but you do know that you woke up feeling wonderful, and not because you really feel like you defeated the demons, but you feel like you feel sustenance from the fact that your friends delved in and helped you try to unwind whatever it was you were going through.
Okay, cool.
You rolled a
So
elf guys. Yeah, you realize you see the Ray's brow furrow a little bit when you're looking at Kala.
Scratch my head a little bit.
Exactly. And elf guys, you're like, yeah, she's definitely putting on that accent for some reason.
So, where do you come from? Where's your port of call?
Well, born and bred in Waterdeep, of course. And she scurries off with like a busboy pan sort of thing with some dishes in it. Well, back to work. And she walks about. And you're all hanging out. And wait, is everyone here? Oh, I don't see Roland.
I see is Broxley and Floon here, and
you don't see me where?
Yeah, Broxley's there.
Floon, Laurel. Oh no,
Well, it's like Floon is here.
Gillester's here too.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Am I still in bed somewhere?
And Floon says, when you recognize that he's there, "So how'd it go last night, everybody?" Because if you remember, they stayed kind of to watch and make sure everything was peaceful around you guys while you did your little slumber. A successful sleep. Roland looks well. Jalester says.
Ruminating.
I'll nervously look around at the rest of the group like I don't remember. Like, did the dream end? How did it end? I woke
You
up.
don't remember. If you want to know how the dream ended, we'll have to do it. I didn't want to force the rest of the combat on you. We could go back in and finish it. I figured maybe even at the end of tonight or in a place where there's not a lot of action and everyone's like, wow, I really could go for killing goblins. We'll play out how the thing went. We could do it right now. If everyone's like looking at each other like, what happened last night? We'll go right into it.
I like the confusion. I like that we're just kind of like, what happened? We're here now.
Me too.
And successful for the time being. Roland looks well. Like, one of the telltale signs of his, like, quote unquote illness, if that's what it was the dark circles around his eyes from not getting sleep. And the mechanic of it was he wasn't able to get a full night's rest, which imparts a lot of things to, a character. So that was the urgency. And plus, that was just taking him out of the game. Whether he has more interest now that with this new a sense of friendship encourages him to be more engaged as an operative in his faction, or less of a party guy. That wasn't really the goal. The goal was to help him unravel his problems with sleeping. And like I said, well, for the time being, great success.
That's a win. Perhaps it's better I don't remember. I'll stack a tray with a hot kettle and cups, enough for all that are here. As I'm saying, hey, Floon, thanks. I'm sure you're tired. I can see that you've nearly emptied my wine cabinet, so I'm sure you're off to sleep. And Broxley, thank you so much. If they want to leave, I won't say anything to Jalester though. He seems to be hanging around. I kind of like.
Broxley like clicks his heels together and bows his head and just says, "Thank you for noticing, sir." And Aldous, while Donovan said the last couple of things, his voice got quieter and quieter and quieter until it sounded like he was at the end of a tunnel, and then your vision got narrower and narrower and narrower into a pinpoint of light. And then the light vanished.
Oh boy.
And now you see yourself in a black void. And you hear a groan. Less of an animal groan and more of the sound, now that you're paying more attention to it, it's more of like, you're not sure how to describe it. The static created between two overlapping communications, where if you slow it down, it might sound more like now that you're paying more attention to it, getting more attuned to it, then all of a sudden you see yourself in this black void as a bright point of light. Soon after that, you sense other points of light that you sense are in somewhat close proximity to you. It's like a triangle shape. One is, if you point your one arm 2 o'clock, you point your other arm 10 o'clock, and then like the other one is around 8 o'clock behind you. And you sense that at least two of these things that now seem to be communicating with you, you become aware that they are sentient.
Oh boy.
One of them might even be a weapon.
Oh boy.
The weapon seems like a stationary point, and the other item at 2 o'clock seems like it's in motion somewhere.
Wow. can I move in this void?
You can move, but you don't see yourself moving anywhere. And as soon as you do, you come back, you snap out of it, and you're standing in the room looking. And Donovan continues talking to Broxley. He was just addressing Broxley, and you come back to out of that, whatever that was.
Wow. I as soon as I like regain my awareness, I sort of like lean back into the chair, trying to like get back into this conversation and act normal.
Oh, you lean
And-
back into the chair, and you feel something.
No.
I think you just sat on something. So
No.
you go to instinctually move it out of the way, and it doesn't move.
Oh my god. I sort of like, as I am leaning back, I say something like, I'm like, oh, well, we're all still here, so that's good. And then I feel something, and I sort of, I look behind me to see if anything is there.
It's small. It's a little indentation on the back of your, like, basically where if you had a tail would be.
Mm-hmm.
Like the extension of your spine, kind of. And it's just a small little, but as you like feel around it, it's like, ooh, feels good.
All right. I'm gonna like, I sort of like, open my pants a little bit to like see this. Sorry, this is like lewd.
Oh, do you?
I open my pants a little bit to see what's going on, and I just try to like play it off like I didn't see anything.
Well, you see what you consider to be just the cutest little start of a tail you ever did see.
Wow, loves it. I'm so excited.
Yeah, if that's a gift from the old one, it certainly isn't a bad thing in your
Hey.
eyes.
What do we notice?
You just you just saw Aldous like sit down, go try to move something off his chair, and then he like adjusted his trousers, looked behind himself, sat down, crossed his hands on the table, and said, "So, what are we doing today, guys?"
At the moment, Elfgeist is going to ignore this and just continue looking forward.
Other than him adjusting his trousers, there was nothing.
Yeah, that's yeah. Need to say that.
Just how I wanted it.
So Floon's like standing there, acting like he's still waiting for an answer to his question. How'd it go?
It went well. Look, Roland's. You feeling better, right, Roland? You look better. Oh wait, where is Roland? He's not here.
Nope.
There, I
So-
see him.
Well,
Hey.
I have a question.
Oh, I don't have him on the map.
Do we have recollection of this dream, or is it just Roland's dream?
You have recollection of the same thing everyone recalls,
Okay.
up until you don't, but you don't recall how it transpired after.
How it ended? Yeah.
Yeah, he looks like he's feeling much better. I feel awful keeping you here all night. Hopefully you enjoyed the wine. Of course, you'll be welcome back tonight with Kala here. We'll probably be opening at least the tavern to the general public starting tonight. It won't be a grand opening. That'll probably come later. But just as for the local residents of Troll Skull, I feel bad that we kept all of you here. I'll pat Gillester. I'll put cups down, tea for everybody seated at Elfgeist, Joanna and Harlow's table, and then I'll walk over to Aldis's and put it down. I also put a little cup of cracked walnuts down for Chungus. And then I'll try and like walk the rest of the non-party NPCs, with the exception of Kala, kind of out. Like I'll walk over to Broxley, pat him, hey, thank you again for watching over us. I'm assuming that Gillester, Floon, and Broxley all look tired from being up all night.
No, they don't. And when you address them as in that way, they kind of like look kind of like embarrassingly at each other and admit that we actually did get a pretty good sleep, but you guys were fine. You know, no one moved from their spots. But at least you didn't. If you did, you sat right back down where you left off when I woke up. So that's flume. Gillester was like apologetic. Yes, so sorry, guys, but yeah, sorry about that. They look well rested. So, Floon starts in. I heard something about Rhea saying something about your quest? Something about a stone?
Yes, I'm trying to find this evil stone. I'm not sure much about it. I just, am told that it's, this ancient relic, and I need to seek it to destroy it.
He crosses his arms, leans back against the bar. I don't know if you recall, Donovan, but Renair mentioned this Stone of Galore. Anyway, we can ask him about it. But another thing I know is a place where adventurers sometimes go to find lost artifacts. There's a mysterious place in the city called Blue Alley. I've been trying to get you to go there before, but maybe this is a reason. Maybe it's a sign. I know lots of times people go to Blue Alley looking for lost treasure, sometimes finding exactly what they were looking for.
Okay.
Anyway, just a couple of ideas. Certainly, I would ask Renair about what he knows about that.
Okay. Well, I approach, or is Renair here?
No. But
So,
we see him.
I asked, what else can be found in, is it Blue Alley or Flu Alley?
Blue Alley.
Well, does anyone have answers to that?
I feel like I would probably know, but in reality, I don't know.
I'm looking to see if I can find.
That's a good point, actually. Let's see here. Roll a you have a research check or a wisdom check. You could roll Aldous. You certainly might know something about
like a history.
History.
Wisdom. I can do wisdom.
So Floon goes on to tell you he's talked to people, veteran soldier he knows, who heard that Blue Alley thinks only fools would enter such a dangerous place without a good reason. And Floon notes, sounds like a good reason though. Another thing that he heard, Floon tells you that there is powerful magic to be found in there. And these are just the things I hear. And let's see.
Blue Alley, is that in the C ward?
It is, yes. So you have heard of it.
I've heard of it. I'm trouble recollecting exactly what.
All right, Aldous, you roll. Let's see.
18.
Oh, I remember some of it. Aldous, what is it you recall about that place?
I'll tell you.
I remember
Sorry.
something, stories in the orphanage about that place.
Okay. Aldous, this is what you know.
Mm.
Years ago, a secretive and reclusive mage constructed Blue Alley. A dungeon full of tricks, traps, and strange monsters. Another thing you know is no one knows who the mage is. And that it is rumored that the mage secretly observes all those who enter Blue Alley, gambling with colleagues on the outcome of each venture within. Donovan,
Well, I remember the stories I heard as an orphan. Now that Aldous has reminded me of a maze of back. It was built deep in the heart of Waterdeep. Only the bravest of knights and adventurers traveled there, many of whom never returned in seek of magic and power. At least that's what I remember the stories being about. I personally have never been there myself. I'm not even quite sure where it is in the Sea Ward. I just know it's located someplace down there. The Sea Ward's dangerous enough as it is with all of the thugs, ruffians, and muggers that wander about that place.
It almost sounds like a scare story told to orphans so they won't go there. Probably on good behalf, but
Seems like
I
Floon
doubt they would do well.
he might know better than us. I'll look over at Floon.
he was like not paying attention. I'm sorry, what?
The stories about Blue Alley, the adventurers disappearing and such. Any truth in that?
I'll admit, ever since you saved myself and Renair, I've been wanting you guys to go into Blue Alley. Could you imagine the name we'll make ourselves? Come out of there, Blue Alley veterans. Be a real adventuring party. I mean, not that we're not right now.
Wait, ourselves? Or are you going with us?
Well, I mean, whether I actually go or not, I mean, I feel like I'm part of the family.
Of course you are.
Of course,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait, where's he sitting? Who's he put his arm around? He moves over to Elfgeist. Puts his arm around. I feel like I'm part of the family. And then gauges your react. Like, actually, he doesn't gauge your reaction, actually, unless you have an
He's so
outstanding...
confident.
Oh, it is very neutral. My reaction is very neutral. That's going to be. I pat him on the shoulder. It's like, yes.
Like this.
Well, Floon does have a point. I'd certainly be interested in going, and I'd love to accompany you, Rhea, if there's a chance that you'll find the stone there. Might as well look.
That's what I
Sure,
heard.
it'd be quite a tale.
Yeah, and if not, I'm sure it'd be quite the adventure and, some stories to tell.
I know.
Look over to Rhea also, and I'm just stern in my voice. You know I'm with you, Rhea.
Oh, she's loyal.
We all are. And you've assisted us, Rhea, Joanna, being our newest, the newest brothers and sisters, among the newest brothers and sisters of this orphanage. We're all here. You've helped Roland at my request, so you can count me in on whatever assistance you need in following this stone of galore.
Gillester stands, kind of like takes a step forward into the center of you all, and says, I really don't think it's a good idea, guys. Is it really? It's unnecessary risk. You really think the artifact that Ray is looking for, traveled across the sea to find, is going to show up in Blue Alley? And he, motions towards Floon, and then back over to Donovan. Looks for kind of some reassurance from Aldous, looking between everyone at this point. Anyway, I wouldn't be doing my job as friend if I didn't express concern for your safety.
Well, I definitely appreciate the concern, but I'm going to head there whether it's myself or us as a group. And you're more than welcome to stay here. But regardless, I'm going to go, and it seems that we might be going as a group together. Pretty much just tell him to sit down, and we're gonna go, whether he's going or not.
Well, certainly.
In a very stern way.
Certainly. And he sits down.
Just assuming, there's no way. We got no
stool behind him, doesn't find it, and then nervously looks around for a place to sit.
Certainly, if there's any truth to these stories about Blue Alley, I know them as well. I grew up with them too. But as long as we're together, I'm sure that we'll make it through. And we've been through a lot already.
Yeah, Floon chimes in and says, I wouldn't recommend it to you guys if I thought we were all going to die in there. You guys die in there. Let's see here.
Then we've already figured out what we're doing next. I know I can rely on Kala to get things ready for the opening tonight, the soft opening for the local residents of Troll Skull. As a matter of fact, if she can get out and just let some of the...
Oh, Mr. Donovan, she hears you. You don't see her, but you hear her walk by back in the kitchen, agreeing with you that she would handle whatever you task her to do.
I feel well rested. If as long as Rhea, as long as you feel as rested as I do, if you'd like to at least get a look, it may be to our advantage to at least go out to Blue Alley during the light of day to get a look at what we're going up against.
Well, here's the thing, Floon chimes in. Not everyone can just go and find Blue Alley. I think there's a password or something, but acquaintance of mine named Mert, he can provide such a password. I know it. So,
Mert. How do I know that name?
Was he that man at the order?
Floon looks confused. He wasn't there.
Yeah.
He wasn't with the order. What order? Oh, I wasn't there, he says.
The mages and protectors.
He's a pretty important guy. You might have seen him there.
The heavy-set man.
Oh, yes, he is. Boisterous.
That one. Good.
Funny guy.
Your recall is forever better than mine, Aldous. Yes, Mert. We could probably go and talk to him.
He was the one who was fumbling with a bunch of papers flying around or something?
He was, yes. As you say it, you recall, yes, that's precisely what.
Mm-hmm.
Was he
we might as well seek him out.
Yeah, well, I know where he lives.
Oh.
Could you maybe tell us?
I don't even mind taking you there.
Even better.
All right, well, that sounds great, yeah.
So let's see.
We'll have everybody finish their tea. I'll tell Broxley if he's sticking around. I don't care if any one of these three just wants... Hey, if you want something to eat, ask Kala. I'll look over to Kala and say, look, your request about a raise, let's do the first 10 day. If profits are what they should be, or what I hope they are, you can count on getting a raise yourself. Oh, as a matter of fact, if you know anybody else that's interested in assisting you in this job, perhaps another family member, another, that would be willing to come on board, I'm looking for something of a a butler or someone that could tend to the basic needs, not just here in the tavern, but also above in the rooms.
Oh, Mr. Donovan, am I not doing good enough a job?
No, you're doing a wonderful job to date in the last 2 days, but
Yes, on both accounts.
And we have that spirit butler too.
Yeah, he freaks me out a little. When Aldous isn't around, I get a little scared of the spirit. As he says that, I'll clean up the walnut shells from where Harlow's been feeding Chungus nuts and put them in my pocket.
I'm guessing we've had at least a short rest by now, right? Or enough to regenerate health.
Yeah, long rest even, maybe?
Yeah, you had your long rest. Yeah. It was a good night. Everyone was...
If that counted as a night's sleep, okay.
Word. Everybody.
It's quite a potion. Everybody mess with people's dreams. You get a good night's sleep.
I got one more dose for everybody, just in case we have to go back.
So, Floon actually says, you know where this place is. You have at least heard of it. And he describes north in the city, but very far north. And I'll pull us to the map to show you.
What section of the city is it in? The North Ward?
Hold on, let me get my bearings here. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's in the foothills of Mount Waterdeep. I think it's Dock Ward. But it's a very large mansion. It's right there.
I'm catching up in the dock.
Does everyone see the map?
Yep.
Okay. So go to the dock ward,
South.
And right underneath Mount Waterdeep, yes, it's all the way south here, but to the west in the foothills of Mount Waterdeep.
Yep, there it is.
Yep, that's it right there. If you want to mark it, you feel free. I'll get to it eventually if you don't. If anyone wants to practice marking the sheet, feel free. Yeah, so he says, yeah, it's at the base of Mount Waterdeep. You've seen it before. I know you have, Donovan.
Near Mist Shore. Coin Alley. Down that end of the dock ward.
Yeah. And he's a hard guy to find. Usually, I find him out and about when I don't want to. Or, just not looking to. But tough guy to find at home. Busy guy. There it is. But handy in this regard. And if anyone can get us the password to Blue Alley, I'm sure it's Mert. So, Floon, claps his hands, rubs them together. So, until we track down Mert, what's on the agenda, everybody?
Well, I haven't given it much thought, actually.
Well, I think that is the agenda, I think.
Okay. Sounds all right to me.
Yes, Ray was willing to sacrifice herself to help our friend Roland, so now we'll follow suit and do the same.
Very nice.
Off to find Blue Alley.
Do you know how long it'll take to maybe get down there, or how we're going to get down there? Or if it's maybe by foot?
Yeah, it's a bit of a walk. Probably about a half an hour's time.
Floon says, hey, if you got that carriage, it wouldn't take us that long, You should still think about that. That'd be a great investment for this place.
My purse is a little light until we open to business, so but I'm definitely considering it.
A good deal on that doesn't come around every day. It's still in the paper. I saw it again in the latest issue of the broadsheet. But anyway, just my advice. But Donovan, it would take anywhere from a half an hour to 40 minutes to trek over there. It's basically the full length of the city, and that's if not there's no complications or.
Can we get like a rickshaw or I know there's a wagon, like a service, right, to take us if we wished.
Twyla had to bail out, by the way. I'm sorry, just letting you know. She's not feeling great.
Oh, okay.
I hope she feels better.
Yeah.
Because then she also could have transformed into a large bird and just flown us there. It would take like
That's funny.
I don't think she can't fly. I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Or make
She said
anything.
she had a
I think
headache.
I wish.
She said she had a headache earlier. I told her just to bail. It's not a big deal. I'm surprised she didn't say goodbye to everyone.
Mm.
No biggie.
We'll miss her. Well, I'll tell Harlow to like rest, tend to your plants, get some sleep upstairs. I know you were part of everything. Clearly it wore on you more than the rest of us. So I'll even walk her up to her little arboretum and tuck her into her hammock and then rejoin the rest of the group. Can we get a service, a wagon service to take the group of us down? Let's see.
You could. Yep.
I'll do that.
Are you paying Donnie?
Yeah, I'll pay. It's the least I can do.
I can help there as well. I don't mind pitching in a little
you
bit.
know, my vow of poverty and all.
You've all been more than generous in helping my friends. This is the least I can do to continue to earn, to show my loyalty to everyone else here. So I'll pat Aldous on the shoulder when I say that.
All right.
I pop up and I'm like, well, let's go.
Let's.
All right. And since I have there's a little macro in here I can roll on to see if Mert is home when you go to his house. Just to, it's something you want to accomplish. Let's pull up Mert's mansion.
Do you have a picture of Mert too? I'm trying to remember. I think I know who he was. The heavyset guy, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I think there's a picture in the journal
Oh yeah.
because I was looking at it earlier.
If I
Maybe it's not.
Is it a
find it.
Let's see. Named NPCs. Mert. Yep. Good call, Aldous. There he is. Yeah, that's the guy. Mustache. Yeah. Very cool.
Huh.
Can I share the picture with the rest of the group or no? I don't think I can.
No, I'll pull it up.
We're able to pull it up.
I'm not sure why I can't find the map though.
He's under, if anybody wants to see his picture, he is, as Aldous said, in the journal under named NPCs.
Yeah, it's player handouts, then named NPCs.
It must be.
He was friendly to us, as I recall. Aldous, right?
He wasn't unfriendly.
I don't.
Oh, here.
Yeah, I don't remember him being unfriendly. Oh, I think we lost Joanna. You still there, Joanna?
I see her.
Oh,
Oh, she
Yeah, I'm-
fell out of. Oh no, wait, Joanna. Who fell out of roll 20?
I think it was me. But I'm back.
Oh, it looks like you.
No.
And,
Oh,
Heist
that's me.
is not
Hold on.
in.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was both Jeremy and Justin fell out.
Okay.
Also close my character sheet. Alright, I'll come back.
Yeah. I'm
There
back.
he is.
All right, I'm gonna copy your tokens.
Let's hope he's home and friendly as he was the last time we saw him. Maybe we should stop and get like some French bread. Oh, not French. Croissant or something. Get some donuts.
You're a classy dude, Donovan.
That's what we're gonna do. I'll stop at a bakery.
he heard that somewhere once.
I'm
When you
gonna
go to people's houses. Do you bring fancy bread or something?
Yeah.
We'll stop on the way and I'll pick up some bread. How much would it cost for the for the carriage to take us there?
Oh, I thought it was a fat joke because you thought he liked food.
Oh,
I
no,
kinda
no.
thought that
No. I mean, it's funnier when you say it that
Need to
way.
bring
but
an offering.
as a fat guy, I feel that that's
Makes
kind of funny.
sense.
I wish everyone came to my house with food, but no one does. so.
Stop.
I love me some food.
I want to be kind
What are you,
guest.
You a tall hobbit?
Oh, man. My favorite. The only thing I like more than whiskey is food.
That's so you can drink more whiskey.
It helps. It definitely helps. I'll actually, you know what? I'll look up. I think it's in the player's handbook for under services.
Oh, 2 silver pieces. I'm sorry. I thought I
All right.
said.
I'll tip a third silver piece, and then I'll spend another silver on food for all of us in the carriage, and enough, hopefully, for Mert. Oh shit! Look at this place. Damn.
Can everyone see that? I'm not sure. I have the I
Yeah.
can take the dynamic lighting off, but
Yeah, I can
It's
see.
Yep.
straight. It's all black.
Yeah.
Scroll to the bottom.
It's all white.
Then back out. You're too zoomed in.
No, mine's still all black.
And you might want to just turn off the dynamic lighting.
yeah, either that or I have to go in and set it for everyone. I don't think
Yeah.
there's any like secrets going on here. It's kind of just a cool mansion.
We can meta. We won't. We're not breaking into the place, so.
True.
Not yet.
Oh, I see it now.
Wait, something hopped up over here.
I know where I'm
Okay.
going. Just kidding.
Wait, this looks
Yeah, where are you
awfully-
going?
Right over here. That looks like a pile of gold or something.
Oh my god.
Uh,
I'm just
All
gonna.
right, let's see. We have Elfgeist. We have. Well, let's get rid of Floon.
does this look familiar from the
Oh no,
in my dream?
Floon will go with. He's the contact.
And Albus
What
has met him
about it?
before.
What about it, Roland?
I said, does this remind me of the joint in my dream at all?
Other than it like being a stone type structure, I guess it's reminding you of that. Yes, but no, it's not. Maybe you're like taken aback. Oh, am I going to have to defend another? No,
Like, was it premonition? No, I don't. I
no.
wasn't thinking that, but I mean, from the front, obviously in the back, it's got too many turrets and all that other stuff. But
All right, I'm rolling to see if Mert's home.
Mert's living large. That's not a fat
Better
joke.
be
It's
home.
Albus. So just saying.
Yeah. You're really walking straight into him.
I am. I can't. Actually, he knows you better than me because of your affiliation. I'll hand the croissant to you. Like, yeah, you should give these to him. He'll probably it'll be more coming.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Then you'll push me up to the door with the croissants.
Yeah, come on, get up in the front. There you go.
No one answers the door.
Son of a
Oh
bitch.
no.
Okay, so how long do we keep knocking? Like an hour?
He's got a
Mert, Mr. Mert.
We'll knock a couple times, and then I don't know. Rhea and Joanna, and actually Elfgeist. None of you have had sort of a tour of Waterdeep here.
Not quite. I just headed directly to Troll's Keep Manor once I arrived on the dock.
I was in Waterdeep a long
Floon
time
chimed
ago.
in. Oh, sorry.
Um,
You guys are in for a treat. Floon chimes in and motions at Donovan to continue his talking about how great Waterdeep is to experience.
I look at Donovan. I say, I've lived in Waterdeep for years and years and years and years.
All right, old man, don't rub it in. So, but our two new friends haven't. So perhaps we just, I'll pay another silver coin to have the carriage driver ride us around the dock ward and the sea ward just to see some sights and try and kill some time.
Well, while you're tootling around in the carriage, which Floon seems to be having a lot of fun, but he tells you some more stuff about Mert. Just in, you're making conversation. People are asking questions here and there. He says Mert was once known as Mert the Merciless, and the Old Wolf, they called him. Stories say. Mert made a fortune and carved out a reputation as an adventurer and philanderer. Floon goes on to say. He says today he's older, wiser, and I think he lives vicariously through his friends like myself. He knows Renair as well. Renair's done a good bit of adventuring himself. He's no schlep when it comes to having adventures in his past. Anyway, the years have not worn Mert down. And though he's grown a little soft to the flesh, he remains deceptively strong. He's a vigorous guy, clear of mind. As you go along in the carriage. Actually, I think I have carriage sounds. Hold on a second. Carriage.
Was he a member of any of the more well-known adventuring companies that here in Waterdeep?
Let's see what he would know of that.
Oh, we have to have a name for our adventuring company.
I know he had a wife named Asper, and she passed away several years ago.
So don't bring up the wife.
His rambling mansion has seen better days. As you can see, it's not like the stone hasn't been pointed in probably 10 years. There's a lot of dirt that hasn't been sprayed down off the walls. If you squint and stand back from it, it's a marvelous work of architecture, but upon close inspection, you know what Floon means as he says it about the place just not being tended to a whole lot. Anyway, Mert spends his days embroiled in politics and whiles away his nights in drink and debauchery. Floon says, real proud of himself, as if that's what he aspires, some of the things he aspires to enjoy in his older age.
Older age? He does it now.
So I don't know how best to convey this, but let's say Elfgeist checks out the house, looks at the surroundings, cases the place, if you will, not for a burglary necessarily, but just takes very careful note of the house.
Well, based on
future effort.
Yeah, based on this map and the placement of the property on the greater map of Waterdeep, you can see it's set back. He's obviously a man of wealth to own property like this in Waterdeep, and you can't tell where his property ends and actually Mount Waterdeep starts. There's not a property line or houses right in this immediate area. It looks like it's gonna be all his land for all you know.
Is there any obvious security measures?
Roll a investigation check, I guess.
They're not planning anything. Just, check it out.
Elfgeist got out his tape measure. He's seeing how high the windowsills are. Checking to see if the window opens from a gentle push.
Yeah, probably not.
Did everyone see the handout of Mert I just posted?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it does. It's
Yeah.
a you can click it away. I'm just wondering if everyone saw it. Actually, I should bring my big picture of him over onto the map here. All right. So after Elfgeist, are you done checking out the property? Do you take a walk around the property? What's the extent of your investigation here?
Just from right where we are.
Yeah, there's not much more to ascertain. The trees are tall. If you were looking to get a lay of the land, you could certainly climb a tree.
Okay, I'll climb the tree.
Elfgeist jumps in the tree right there, the big one.
Raising an eyebrow, I'll look over at Rhea. And so this stone you seek, what's its importance to you?
I don't know too much about it other than I need to seek it and destroy it. It's just evil and it's an ancient relic. And DM, do I maybe have any more information on that? Like, can I roll like? Because I'm not sure if I do necessarily know more yet.
You don't know anymore. You know your elders told you it was a man-made stone, not of
Yeah, I believe we had
current.
like a picture of it that we saw.
Mhm. You saw. However you can manage to describe it to the party, it's up to you. But it's like fits in the palm of your hand. Looks like it has three little
Yeah, it
orbs
looks
in
like
it.
there's three orbs, or they almost look like eyeballs almost on it. But it's light green in color and almost looks like a kind of like a football shape, but not quite that big. It's just kind of that shape. So it's small and can fit in the palm of your hand, but has these three interesting features on it, like either like orbs or almost look like eyes almost.
Who
Are you
tasked?
back?
It's very distinct. If you see it, you'll know its importance.
Who?
Are you guys back in the carriage yet, or are we still hanging out?
We'll wait till Alfgeist is done looking around.
All right. So I hide in the tree, look around, then hop down, return to the carriage.
You get a good view. It's a pretty big tree, and you're good at climbing it. So you see over top of this mansion. You confirm there's some dilapidated parts of the roof. Other than that, it's a sturdy structure. Nothing would happen to this thing. It'd have to stand here unattended for 10 more years before it's really well built, obviously. But it does look like someone's letting it go.
Maybe as we're like heading back to the carriage, I mentioned like, well, if Mert's not here, the last place we saw him was at the Order. Maybe while we're taking Rhea and Joanna around, we could stop there and just see if he's there.
Excellent suggestion. Would agree. To the Tower of the Magists and Protectors? Is that what it's called?
The Watchful Order of Magists and Protectors.
I mean, certainly let's not go out of our way. I mean, if
no.
Rhea and Joanna want to see anything, I don't want to...
Actually, that in itself is an awesome sight to behold. So I think that's a great suggestion. Let's do that. I'll say that to the driver, hand him that silver coin, and then was it you ask Rhea? Like, was it your god or goddess that suggested this that you find this item and?
I'm not sure. I just believe it's just a strong feeling that I have, if I remember correctly. I just know that I need to destroy it because I've heard all of these stories about it and know its importance and its powers. And I believe it's it's at root of what's kind of driving me mad right now, and I just have a strong feeling that I need to take care of it. and destroy it.
You can certainly count on me to assist you in that.
To destroy a magical thing, though, is not easy.
I would agree, but we have a mage. I'll point it out.
I like look behind me.
And a priest. Between a cleric and a priest, I can't help but feel that there's nothing we can't accomplish. Look, we fixed Roland. I'll point at Roland across to the other side of the carriage.
And thank you all
Yes.
for that.
He looks tip top indeed, but still.
I sort of like mouth to myself. I'm like, fixed.
I've kind of been staring at Donovan, a little curious about how he has so much money and able to kind of toss it left and right. I'm grateful for Donovan paying for most of this trip, but I'm also kind of scratching my head like, who is he?
Very good question. I'm sure Donovan wouldn't mind if you asked.
He wouldn't. Oh, well,
Yeah, Donovan, who the hell are you?
like an open book. If Joanna has questions.
I don't think she's gained the courage just yet. She's still kind of reserved around most of the group, but she's here and she's feeling very committed.
I sense that Joanna's about to ask me
We
questions, so
all
I'm gonna hand her some more money.
We all know the problem with the open book is all the pages that aren't revealed at that time.
Yeah, there you go. You're right. You only see 2 pages when you open the book, so. So we'll ride along. And since Mert wasn't at home, I'll offer the baked goods off to anybody that didn't get their fill at breakfast. And it'll go from a baker's dozen to just over a half dozen, if anybody else is hungry.
I'll snack on one.
Yeah, I'm right.
Yeah, I'll take one.
So will
I'm
Donovan.
taking one too.
Yeah, start handing out his loss. We still got half a dozen for the dude, so.
So the days have been delightful, like the nicest spring. You're coming up on spring. It's like the beginning of spring, end of winter. The nights are very chilly. There's still snow squalls, and especially up north. You also notice that to the north of the city, some of the wealthier families actually keep the snow around. They think it's pretty, you think? So you would say it's still winter is still clinging on for sure, and some people want it to cling on just for the kind of like the holiday atmosphere that it provides during the midwinter gala, for instance. Those estates look just glistening in blanket in the wintry snow. You've even heard of noble families like hiring mages to blanket the properties in snow for special occasions or just to keep it around a little longer before the weather gets too warm to tend it. So you're making your way to the Watchful Order of Magus and Protectors, are you?
I think so.
Okay.
Just to pop in, see if Mert's there.
For those that don't know, it is in the Castle Ward, just west of the City of the Dead.
Oh, it's marked there. I put it in the center of the... I was clicking on it earlier.
But I sound really down to earth.
Yeah, right there.
Yep.
And Aldous, you push open the large front doors of this place.
All right.
And you see that familiar long hall. Oh, is everyone on here? Let's see. Oh no, our two hold on, let me grab.
Could we have a fight scene here at some point? Pretty bad.
I suppose whenever you want. But that's funny that that thought crosses your mind, because there are lining, as you look inside this long cathedral-like room, you see guards standing at attention. And your instincts tell you that this would, in fact, be no place to be starting a fight. Floon kind of sticks to the back. In fact, he tried to just kind of like, it looked like he was just going to stay outside for a minute, and then just before the door closed, he slipped in with you guys, looking like, oh, I don't want to be left alone out here. And you all go in?
I'm going in for sure.
Okay. So here, I'll put Elfgeist in there. Just make your tokens a little smaller so they're the size of the others. And you can always, I hope everyone knows you can zoom in on these maps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you weren't aware, then just ask us where the zoom button is. All right. So you all walk in here. And within a couple of moments, two people walk out.
Yeah, I recognize those two. They were like checking out Harlow when she was here.
Yes.
Oh.
Barnabas Blastwind, at your service. What could we do for you, Aldous Blackwell?
Barnabas, nice to see you again. It's been a little bit. How are you doing?
I am well, Aldous. It's quite fortuitous that you should show up, actually. And
Oh, yes?
you see Seth, his, I don't know, scribe, his second, his backup. He writes down almost everything that is said between Barnabas and whoever he talks to, it seems, constantly scribing. Yes, seems one of your friends left something here for you, or at least the group of you.
Oh, a friend. I guess you could say that's who we were looking for, maybe? Is it Mert?
Oh, no. I wasn't aware you were familiar with Mert, but no, a friend of your party's, Callista?
Oh, Callista. I never personally met her, but Donovan over here, he knew her quite well. Roland too, from what I remember.
I did.
Well-
Hopefully all is well with Otto and Callista.
Well, that's just the thing. She up and left instructions to leave these items with you. And
Items.
she points to a bag that looks familiar to. Roll a wisdom check, Donovan.
Not my best roll.
Never seen that bag before in my life.
Yeah, it doesn't even look a little familiar.
He's not very smart.
But I remember it.
Thank you.
Anyway,
When I
she's-
remember it.
Oh gosh, a -1.
well, there's a book in there and a parchment. I told her I had to inspect it before passing it on. I couldn't just, well, you should understand.
Of course.
But anyway, there was even another matter I had to
I must have
discuss.
had a concussion.
Have a drink, Roland.
I look at him sternly.
He starts walking
I got that out of my system.
purposefully kind of around you, and his eyes kind of stay on the group of you as he walks around you. Saith, jotting down notes the entire time. So, anyway, this is for you. She left instructions to leave it for the group of you. And her and Otto have just kind of up and gone without any notice of where they were going.
Well, thank you for delivering it. I'll take it as if I recognize it and then look inside of it. You said there's a book, a rolled parchment, and something else?
The parchment's like just stuck in the book as if like there was
Oh.
a place to put it, but they do look like two separate things. And you recognize it as the spell book that was found on Grunshar, the half-orc spellcaster
Yep.
in the Xanathar underground lair. And you see a parchment titled what's it titled? Well, you take a quick look and you see the word golden, and you remember it. It looks like that poem from
I do remember. Yes, yes. I'll quickly shut it up, put it back in the bag, and say, thank you so much for delivering this to us. I was actually going to ask, but thought it'd be a bit rude.
There is another matter I wanted to discuss with you as he continues to like circle the group of you.
Who's he looking at? Can I roll an investigation check? Who's he eyeballing the most?
He's eyeballing kind of everyone, just the group in general. But he like doesn't take his eyes off you guys as he like walks around. And when he gets back to where he started, talking about her leaving those items, he says, "Yes, I'm also quite aware that there's a evil guild faction agent among you."
What?
And you can almost hear dun dun.
Oh God.
And he looks from Aldous
Wait. You have evidence of this?
to Donovan. Oh yes. We learned quite a bit on your previous visit here, actually. It doesn't appear. So, you don't know. None of you are aware of a Xanathar operative in the group of you then.
Well, we're
I mean-
not all here.
Yes, I noticed. No mind, though. She feels no loyalty to that group. She was just a pawn. A message.
She.
Yes.
Speak.
And he puts his hand up like just above waist high, indicating like maybe the stature of the person. Yes, she.
Harlow.
Harlow.
I'm assuming no one says that out loud. Just to be sure.
Yes, it is Harlow, he repeats. But like I said, I just thought you should know. She doesn't appear to have any loyalty to the Xanathar Guild. Again, she was just a messenger of sorts, but she was privy to certain... You see, we read her thoughts while she was here. We could see what she was thinking about.
I immediately say, you did what?
Yes.
Have you the right to read the thoughts of another without their permission?
I most certainly do, sir. I've been tasked by the city of Waterdeep with the very important job of unraveling mysteries such as this one.
Without them knowing. You don't tell them afterward.
She knew.
I'll start reciting childhood poems that I heard in the orphanage over and over in my head. There once was a shrew.
Very well. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I don't want to interrupt.
So anyway, yeah.
No, I say that's fine. I say very well, and just shut up.
I'll sort of like cut through the conversation and say, well, thank you for that information. I do appreciate it, Barnabas, but we came here on another matter, looking for a friend. I actually mentioned him before. His name is Mert.
Oh yes, Mert. What about it?
Has he been here recently, or do you know his whereabouts? We went to visit him at his house, but he wasn't there.
He's a difficult man to get a hold of. No, maybe you can find him out carousing. He frequents the pubs.
It's lunchtime.
That is true.
Where does he carouse for lunch?
That I would not know.
Fair enough. He'll return home at some point. We'll continue our tour if you don't know where he is. Or if Aldous doesn't have any other business here.
Oh no, I'm certain I have no business at all. You don't need to know anything more about me. I'm a good mage. Thank you.
No, neither do I. So I'll put my arm around Aldous. Neither do I. So thank you for delivering this package. If everyone else is ready to go, we'll seek Mert out at one of the many restaurants in the dock ward. I'm sure he's probably famished by now.
You hear the door go plum plum plum, and Floon's already gone.
Son of a bitch. Thank you so much for delivering this to me. We'll bid you good day and then let you get back to whatever important business you were about. And thank you for the information you provided to us.
Yes, thank you. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
And do your best to stay out of my mind.
I'll very aggressively try and shake his hand. Like, thank you. Gotta go.
He says to you, Elfgeist, you should have nothing to worry about, Elfgeist, and addresses you by name. Thank you for your work, he says.
Ow.
You Harper.
I just imagine you saying that in this situation.
Donovan's thinking it. He's not going to say it out loud. It's like, oh, you Harpers.
I just then turn it.
So is everyone standing there awkwardly or walking out the door?
Bye. I'm going to turn Aldous to the door and start walking with him back out.
I quickly follow suit.
And Barnabas Blastwin and Seth Cromley stand right where they were talking to you and watch you all walk out the door.
I was admiring the woodwork. Actually,
It is a really handsome facility for sure, and the books, the volume of books in that place is pretty impressive.
I'll reach back in and grab Roland by his cape, tug him along, and then get back in the carriage as quickly as possible.
I'm with you.
Carriage. Cue the carriage sound.
As soon as we get back in the carriage, I'm going to hand the the leather messenger bag that once belonged to Callista, over to Aldous. I think you'll find that there's some things in there that may prove valuable to you. I believe the book itself is a spell book, and I believe there's a piece of parchment tucked inside of it. It's a scroll, a parchment of some magic. I'm hopeful that perhaps it'll benefit you, Aldous.
All right. I'll take a look. And
All right.
I'll put it away for when I'm back at home.
Did you give him both of those things?
Oh yeah. We took the book away from a Xanathar mage that we had battled in the sewer. I believe that the scroll was taken during our visit to the Castellanter estate. I do remember Callista speaking of it. It was a song that could be completed to summon a beast to serve the summoner. She called it a familiar, I think. Can I roll a intelligence check to see if I'm remembering that correctly?
Yes. And you want me to show it to them?
Oh. Yeah, you can. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's probably better you just show it. So. Oh, she sang the last lyric. What were they? Donovan can't remember what they were.
Okay.
Perhaps Harlow or Roland could recall.
Yeah, I actually don't have what she wrote.
That's all right. You don't need it. As long as somebody can remember it.
Yeah. I'll save it for later.
Well, yeah, this is you recognize this as a spell,
Okay.
but it is it presents as a song titled "Golden Wings." Who rolled the one?
Roland. Me, then Roland. Then Roland again.
That's great.
We're getting all the ones out of the way in non-combat. That's a good thing.
Golden Wings. That was a big hit for Mr. Mister, wasn't it?
I believe that was the summoning spell. I can't remember what it involved.
Well,
Summoning.
after rolling a 1, the best you're going to get out of me is Mr. Mister.
And I do recall there were multiple spells in the spell book, though.
There were. Let me try to pull that up. I
There you
think
go,
I have
Al.
a handout for it.
There you go, Aldous. Got some added spells for your spell book.
Uh,
I don't know if you sent us that. I think you just shared it with Callista. It was very thoughtful of her to leave it, though, because
oh, damn.
because now, Aldous, you can copy those spells into your spell book.
Right. Should I should put these items into my inventory, right?
Sure. I do remember enough to tell you that the song, that the spell disguised as a song was meant to summon a familiar, a specific familiar, like a special familiar. So,
Okay.
I'm having a hard time finding the spell book here. Hold on, player handouts.
but that way, any spells you would find, you could add to your spell book, and then you would have them for your
Oh, there it is.
repertoire later. Oh, there you go. Oh yeah, shit.
Here, I'll put it in your journal. Oh, it's Donovan. It was already in your journal, just because you had seen it before.
I
Here,
knew.
I'll add
Yeah,
it.
I see.
Actually, I'll put it.
It popped up. So you can add those, Aldous, if you don't have. I'm pretty sure there's a couple in there you don't have.
Yeah, I'm sure. I didn't see it pop up for me,
Oh.
but
Uh,
oh, okay. Here it is.
Here, I'll put it in everyone's. I think I have to put it in everyone's journal for them
I
to
think
see.
Yeah.
I think you do. Yeah.
So they destroyed this half-orc spellcaster and picked up this spell book.
Hmm.
Is what they indicate to you. You heard them tell the story before,
Yeah,
not
but-
necessarily
Right.
boasting about it, just like, wow,
Oh.
this is something that just happened recently.
The orc and the creatures that were with him nearly killed our party. Nearly killed it, Otto, and had it not been for Harlow rescuing us with a way out, well, we wouldn't be here now. So hopefully you'll find something of use in that book, Aldous.
I'm sure I will. I'm sure it'll come in handy.
Hey, where are you guys headed?
That's a good question.
Uh,
I thought we were going back, but
We
I
could
could
go
be
back
wrong.
to the mansion to see if he's there now.
sure.
that's what I assumed.
Right.
But I also wouldn't mind if we got shown around a little bit more.
Okay.
I mentioned that I had been here before, but it was a long time ago, and so it's kind of nice seeing the place again.
Hmm.
We will detour with. I'll let the carriage driver know. Detour us through the trades ward and through the dock ward. Stop by the Honorable Knight. Show the yawning portal. Some places that we are familiar with. On our way back to the mansion. So
And where do you imagine you are right now? Up north a little bit?
Probably headed into the trades ward, down towards the Honorable Knight and
Okay.
the yawning portal.
So-
like
So you approach the Honorable Knight, and you know of this landmark. It's one of the what's referred to as the walking statues, 100-foot-ish statues. There's several of them throughout the city. This one in particular is called the Honorable Knight. And he stands there, made of stone, motionless, for decades and decades.
I think Joanna feels kind of happy and nostalgic seeing this statue. And I think she sort of admires that it's put up so high. I think she kind of feels like she aspires to be honored someday.
Well, what it stands for, in defense of the city, a lot of people do cherish that. It's a symbol of the city's strength and ability to survive whatever. I can relate to you how you feel. So then you head, up to the yawning portal area. We'll say carriage stops. Let me
We'll
see if I
we'll show the rest of the party the yawning portal. A favorite haunt of mine. And our
were they? You actually just going to go in or pull up out front?
we can go in for a drink. I'll introduce everyone that hasn't met Derman yet. I know Aldous and Elfgeist. I think you were in there before, right? I know Roland was.
This is the tavern, not the dance club, right?
Yeah, right. This is the tavern.
Yeah, that makes more sense going in around lunchtime. So
Yeah.
I spent a whole week there just watching Roland, just watching every day.
Degenerate. We'll go in there and show them. The center stage, as we refer to it, is actually an opening, supposedly to a portal to another place. I've seen myself parties descend and ascend out of it. Personally, I have no great interest in doing such myself, as I've heard that it's a portal to the abyss itself. So you won't see me jumping in there willingly anytime soon, but the portal is one of the most popular and well-received taverns here in Waterdeep. I'll take him over and introduce everybody to Durnan so that everybody can get a chance to kind of just meet him. And I'll ask Durnan, because Durnan knows everybody. Like, Mert, here for lunch, maybe?
I forgot to mention it last time that I was here, actually. But there's a club in Italy just off of the Amalfi Coast that has a dance floor that opens up like that.
Oh.
Oddly enough.
Oh,
yeah.
I also forgot to mention that Roland has had many orgies on the second floor of this building.
Or on the first.
So I'm told.
Oh no, I've heard them from the room next door. Certainly orgies.
You need to get a better hobby.
I was trying to sleep.
Tough to do that with the glass to the wall.
All right, maybe I did listen a little.
Shit.
Pretty,
All right, well,
pretty
you're
famous.
Here. You asked Durnan if Mert's been through here?
After introducing him to everyone in the party that he hasn't met, I believe Joanna, Rhea, I think likely that Elfgeist has met him. I will ask, like, hey, we're looking for Mert. Like, does he have lunch here? You know where he has lunch? I know you know everyone in the city, practically.
I haven't seen him, I'm sorry. And he just continues cleaning the bar. But good to see you guys.
I'm going to make it up to you. As soon as this troll skull thing gets off to a good start, I haven't forgotten what you've done for me and mine, Durnan.
Oh, I heard you're up and running. I'll have to stop by for a drink sometime when I'm not working.
We're doing a soft opening this week. Come up on your night off, relax, kick your feet up, and I will serve you for a change. So
he reaches under the bar, grabs a bottle, puts it in front of you. A gift from the yawning portal to the Troll Skull Manor.
Too generous. Thank you, Durnan.
I'll see you there sometime soon. And if I see Mert, I'll let him know you were looking for him.
Please.
And he starts helping another customer. As you're talking to him, you had walked up to the bar here. You notice someone that you've known before, Maloon War Dragon. Just in passing, you know who this guy is. He's apparently an old adventurer. He looks a little troubled. And Aldous, you walk up to this individual, and you get that pang sensation that you got earlier when you kind of blacked out. And you know instinctually that the weapon sitting right next to this person Donovan is now looking at, you know this item is one of the things in one of those tethers, one of those points of light in the darkness. The weapon that sits on the floor.
Oh, wow.
Next to him is the weapon. If you recall, one of the items identified itself as a weapon.
Right. I sort of, along with Donovan, approach him, and just kind of like very clumsily, and like, oh, where did you come across this? Gesturing to the weapon.
Maloon kind of looks a little startled. That's Azure Edge.
Excuse me?
The weapon. Its name is Azure Edge.
Oh, did you give it its name?
No, it is a powerful storied weapon. And you know what? Come to think of it, you might have heard of this weapon
Mm-hmm.
in some of the lore you've poured over. Azure Edge, it does. There may be stories about this weapon.
What
Mm.
is it? Donovan will look down. Is
He
it-
looks a little troubled that you're addressing the weapon. What do you care about Azure Edge?
What does it look like? Maybe I'll like comment on its like appearance.
Is it a sword or an axe or?
It is a battle axe. And Aldous, you know it is an intelligent battle axe.
Oh. I'll say something like, "Oh, do you get much use out of battle axes?"
Not much anymore, no. And you look at it and you see it's a solid steel handle etched with tiny runes wrapped in a blue hide of sorts and a star sapphire set into the pommel. And it sits with the weapon, the heavier weapon looking part on the floor and the handle sticking straight up.
Mm.
Axe head looks like it's forged from silver, but looks like shines like no silver you've seen before. It's striking you as quite a magical item.
Mm.
I think my eyes are kind of gravitating towards
Yeah, it
this
is.
conversation now that this battle axe is in view. So I'm just gonna like creep up behind Aldous and see what's going on.
I'll say like, "Oh, it's beautiful. May I see?" Like sort of gesturing my hands to hold it if he lets me.
He gestures at it. Sure, like
I'll pick it up and I guess I'm just gonna like turn it around, see if I can see any other like runes on it, or see if like, you know,
so you go to pick it up,
yeah.
fully expecting, it looks heavy, so you were prepared for
Mhm.
a nice little tug to get it up. And when you do that tug, you feel a little pang in your side because the thing doesn't budge at all, as if it's part of the floor. And Maloon says, I've been having the same problem myself. She doesn't want to be picked up.
It's a she.
They don't want to be picked up.
No, I'm sorry. I'm being
Me
funny.
too. And me too.
So it's been there for a long time then?
Donovan, Dernan, the bartender, continues cleaning the bar and works his way over to you because he sees the conversation that's happening. And he says, it's been like that for days. We're not sure what the problem is. He says he's feeling okay. The weapon doesn't want to be handled, it looks like. And it's a little off-putting for business. It's becoming a bit of a attention point. People are coming in here every day trying to...
Well, perhaps she needs a lady's touch. I'll look over at Joanna.
I'll step aside so that she can.
I like step right up, not really saying anything, just kind of excitedly. And
It's
then I
not even
kind of
worth trying, he says, but Feel free, have at it.
So, pick it up.
Yeah.
And you take the same, like, plant your feet, just like you saw Aldous do a second ago, expecting. Well, you're expecting to be able to pick it up, actually. Seem completely confident. So you brace your feet to give it a good, impressive yank, and you whip it right up off the ground. And
Oh shit!
Maloon stands up and stands back, like with a whoa look on his face. And Dernan stops cleaning the bar and stands up straight, throws his rag down onto the bar, says, "Well, would you look at that?"
Holy shit!
That grabs
Yeah,
my
I'm speechless.
that grabs my attention. I'm just standing there in awe.
Oh, that
Whoa.
I kind of look around in confusion because despite my confidence, I think there was a part of me that wasn't expecting this. And so I'm kind of quietly out loud, what now?
yeah, maybe one of the longest
Wow. Yeah.
few seconds you've experienced in a while.
Yeah, I'm just like speechless.
I'll put my hand on his shoulder and say, "Not the first fickle woman I've met. Sorry." I'll put my hand on his shoulders to provide him some comfort.
I'm gonna walk up to the group of you now. Say, nice axe.
What? Holy shit!
Well, does this mean that the weapon has chosen a new master?
Roll a wisdom check, Aldous.
Yes, sir.
Come on, Aldous.
Come on, I'm supposed to be super smart.
Wait, do I have my inspiration?
Are super smart.
Did I start with inspiration?
Yes.
I will give Aldous my inspiration so he can roll with advantage.
Everyone got inspiration for showing up.
Okay,
3
okay.
sessions in a row.
You get my you get my inspiration, Aldous.
Okay, so I'll do advantage roll. Oh.
Yeah, natural 20. Shit, yeah.
So you're like, that's exactly what that means. For an intelligent weapon to refuse to be moved and then only allow a certain types of individuals to then pick it up. Your knowledge of lore tells you that's exactly what has occurred. And Maloon looks completely dejected. His whoa look on his face just turns into, like, instead of like a big circle, just turns to a big upside down line, making a frown on his face, and his shoulders slump down even more than they were when you first laid eyes on him.
Dernan, drinks. I'll put my arm around him. Oh, this poor guy. Sorry, bro.
I'll put like my hand on his other shoulder as well, and I'll be like, there are plenty of other fish in the sea.
Well said.
He puts his bottom lip real big out. Sad.
It's a poor craftsman that blames his tools. I'm sure you'll find better tools. They'll suit you perfectly. I'm just like very naive. I don't know how weapons work.
I don't know if this is allowed. I want to take out my great axe that I'm holding and do a little switch. I have my great axe with me, and now I want to switch over. But now I have the great axe in my hands, and I kind of want to
Give it to him.
be like, "Do you
Classy.
want this?"
Classy.
Do a little trade.
It is a kind gesture. I will take you up on that offer. If it stops responding to you, I'd appreciate you to tell me about it.
I just nod.
He stands up straight. Can you roll a charisma check just to add something mechanical to the exchange? But he seems a little relieved from you addressing it in that way. Kind of like a warrior respect thing. Kind of going unsaid. It's a little presumptuous to assume you're going to walk away with this guy's weapon, but at the same time, offering your weapon kind of allows it to possibly go unspoken. And what'd you roll here? Yeah, so he reaches out his hand to shake your hand, like from one honorable warrior to another one.
Wow! Damn, that was epic. Such a tiny little thing. Oh, it's so great. So great!
I'll sort of
So is this like a particular weapon that you can search up as an item to equip?
Let me read through it real quick here. I mean, you could certainly ask Maloon about it. But yeah, it is an item. It's called Azure Edge.
Azure Edge.
The one thing that's stumping me is it requires attunement, and I haven't.
That just means that she has to spend time with the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll get you the rule on that. Don't look it up. I'll do it. But essentially, it just means that she has to spend time familiarizing herself with that specific tool or weapon. Is how attunement works. I'll look it up. You can keep going. I'll pull it up for you.
I have the abilities of it here, but I don't know if all of it should be. We'll wait for the attunement period at least to reveal some of this stuff. But it's a sentient. Azure Edge is a sentient, lawful, neutral weapon.
Oh, sorry, ignore that.
It's intelligent. It's wise.
I ask, what can you tell us about
Roland
the
falls
previous
down.
No.
No, it's an 8. He catches himself.
With what?
No, I'm kidding. Because you rolled a 2, but it was an 8, actually.
It was on a longbow attack. That's
Go
why.
ahead.
I just shot somebody.
What were you saying, Elfgeist? I'm sorry.
No, what can you tell us about the previous owner of the weapon?
I don't know who the previous owner was. But I will tell you what it does. You can throw this weapon.
What? A great axe? That's the shit. You're like Thor. That's awesome.
Whether it hits or misses, the axe flies back to you at the current turn.
Now you're like Thor, yeah.
Ooh.
There you
It will land in your open hand or at your feet.
Wow.
Like in your space. It regains the ability to do that the next day. Also, you can cause the axe to glow.
Oh, wow. Awesome.
Amazing.
It's very wise, intelligent, and be very persuasive.
Good. Our group needs that.
What else here? So there's a plus, but we'll wait to tell you what the plus is until we add it to your thing.
Attuning.
There's also a defensive mechanism to it.
Just so you know, attuning an item requires the creature spend a short rest focused on only that item while being in physical contact with it. This focus can take the form of weapon practice, meditation, or some other appropriate activity. As long as the short rest is interrupted, the creature gains an intuitive knowledge and understanding of how to activate any magical properties, including any necessary command words. What? That's the shit! That's cool shit.
So here, I'll put
my
it in your
character,
journal.
even though she's a fighter, she can still handle magic weapons.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. You know, stories have been told throughout time of heroic warriors wielding magic weapons. It's almost feeling like
you're not imbuing it with any magic.
Some kind of fate happening here.
After she had seen the statue and now she comes across this magic weapon, I think she's feeling more hopeful than she has in a while.
Wow.
I lean over to her and, like, whispering so that Maloon doesn't hear. I just say, "Congratulations."
I'm gonna look for a picture. It doesn't actually give me a picture of it. If I search it online, it's just a black and white, which is actually kind of cool. I'd like a super duper picture.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, looking at it.
I'm sure people have done like fan art and stuff of it.
Actually, did you? Yeah, I just searched online and found.
I can find one. What's how do you spell it?
Just a few.
AZUR Edge. Azure Edge.
Well, the problem is it's apparently
Blue Edge.
a lot about cloud computing too.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's funny.
it's all
Maybe
coming
that's
up.
what they named. Maybe that's what they named it after.
Bill Gates made this weapon.
I doubt it. Azure just means blue. I doubt that.
Is it a single-edged or double-edged weapon?
I think
Looks like single.
Did you put in Azure Edge axe?
solid steel handle etched with tiny runes wrapped in blue specific hide of a star sapphire set into the pommel. The axe head is forged from silver electrum and steel alloys. As you hold on to this thing, you feel like you learn more and more about it, Joanna. Now you realize this is a combination of metals. You're just starting to attune to it, just hanging out with it for this amount of time, since it chose you. Or did you choose it? It's steel alloy whose edges constantly constantly shimmer with a deep blue luminescence.
Wow, that's pretty badass.
Oh, it's like you just found your magic weapon. You were quested to find this item. So awesome.
I put it in your journal so you could open up and see all the details. You can unravel the details like naturally as you attune to it while we're
Here it
playing.
is.
Yeah, I'll find it better. I saw the picture you were looking at there, Jimmy. That picture sucks. I found a better one.
There should be a 5e. I can't believe there wouldn't be. Like, Maloon's actually a storied hero, so I think this weapon is... What the heck?
Sorry.
I mean, it's an orc, but
What is that?
That was
sound?
me.
Who was it?
Sorry. That was me. Sorry.
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, I just sent you the.
That sounded like one of your dreams, Aldous.
Yeah. All too used to that.
All right. Well, wait. That's a pretty climactic part. You want to switch scenes while you guys hang out and get drinks, I assume, and revel at this newfound magic weapon. And actually, does anyone want to take 5 and do a bio break?
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah, I think that
So
sounds
that's-
like a good spot.
Mark, it's 8:41. Be back at 8:46, and I'll be back sooner than that. I'm gonna do a bio break, and
Okay.
we'll We'll switch
I'm
scenes
sure
maybe.
that axe is going to lecture us at some point. Guarantee it.
Who? What?
That axe is going to lecture us about something.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Yeah, it's lawful neutral, so. Well, so am I. Huh? All right.
All right. Well, Maloon, looking dejected, says, "I'm going to take my leave for the evening," and he strolls out the front door. And Dernan proceeds to lean in and tell you some more about Mert.
Mert or
I'm sorry, about Maloon.
I wish.
He says he was a formidable warrior in his prime, who serves the goddess Tamora, and loves a good fight.
Aw, she's my patron.
Renair and some other powerful people are friends with him. Actually, been on excursions with him in the past. Describe him as honest, optimistic, extraordinarily lucky until recently.
Oh shit! Can I buy a bottle of wine real quick? What's he drink? I'll ask Dernan.
This. He points to it.
I'll pay for it when I get back. The rest of the people, I'll be right back. I'm gonna run after him as he's
Why don't you
left.
pay for it now?
I'll plunk down a couple of gold pieces.
That's more
Hopefully,
like it.
hopefully that's enough. And then
You're under your own roof now, Donovan.
I got you.
Time
And
to start paying up.
I'm gonna run after him and just catch him. Hopefully, as soon as he hits the street. How do you spell? How do you spell
You
his
get out the
name?
front door and you see the doorman. Here, let me see if I have the doorman still here.
The big guy.
Oh yeah, here's the doorman.
Hey, oh wait, oh,
You
big
open
guy.
the door.
Maloon.
You open the door. Biff points in one direction, says he went that way, but he's not in sight.
Oh shit! I'm gonna rush off just to try and catch up. I'll run down that way and just see if I can find him wandering up an alleyway by himself or something.
Did everyone see my picture of Biff when I popped him up on the screen?
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Can't trust this Roll20 platform.
I'm gonna offer this guy a job.
And a raucous cheer rings out. And everyone raises their glasses when they hear the begin of it, and they go, "A toast to Waterdeep. Here's to the city of splendors. Deep water where the edge of the sea meets rivers of gold. All the coins ever made. Flow past, gods, throw some to me." And by the end of it, 20 people were saying it along. And they all throw their drinks into the air, and the liquid like spills out, and whatever is left in the glass, they chug it, and a big roar goes throughout the room. And the bards pick up the volume a little bit to play off the crowd's enthusiasm. And Donovan, you see Three Strings is up there on the stage, and with some other.
No! I'm going after Maloon. I gotta catch him. I just want to talk to him real quick.
Well, Biff pointed the direction, but you don't see him.
Oh, I can't catch him. Shit.
How long? Where are you gonna go?
I'll just rush up the street in the direction that he pointed and see if I can see him like staggering up a back alley or something. I know he's in a bad way right now because he just lost his
You find him two blocks away.
Huffing and puffing, I'll walk up. I'll reach out with the bottle that I got from Dernan. I think this is yours. I've need of you.
Yeah, what for?
Work. Meet me at Troll Skull Alley. Tomorrow, around lunch. Food will be for free. I'll hand him the bottle.
The corner of his mouth curls up, gives you a nod. All right. Thank you, man.
I'll pat him on the back and then...
Donovan, is it?
Donovan, proprietor of Troll Skull Manor Tavern. I don't know. I haven't decided on a name yet. Perhaps you can help me with that. I'm looking for someone like you, a little bit older, a little more experienced. I need someone to oversee, and I get the feeling you're not on the road as much as you used to be, but I see value in experience, and that you have in spades, my friend. If perhaps you'll... Well, I'm assuming if the coin is right, you'll help me.
I'm in.
I'll pat him on the shoulder. Enjoy the bottle. Find someone's arms to wrap yourself in this night, and see me at Troll Skull tomorrow.
And he swings, he turns away from you and swings Joanna's weapon up onto heaves it up onto his shoulder. Walks away, possibly a little less dejected than he walked out of the yawning portal just now.
Fair enough.
Wait, roll a charisma check.
Oh, persuasion?
Yep.
Oh, natural 20! Yes! Yes, yes, yes!
Now, roll initiative.
Oh, shit! No!
Roll your All right, well, that's another success. I'll call that a success, for sure. All right, well,
I'll join the rest of the group. Sorry to distract from what was going on, so...
Well, here, we can go with this. Let's go with this. Let's go with this. So you guys are... have Mert walk into the door, shall we?
Oh, shit! Yeah, finally. Does he walk in with me?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hey, fellow, Mert! Been looking for you all day at your house this morning, this afternoon.
Ah, my good man. Donovan, right?
Oh, you remember my name. I'm impressed. We only met the once at the,
My business to know the up-and-coming adventurers in town. You sure got it in you, my man. And he's like, oh, I feel like he towers over you, and his huge arm thumps on the back of your shoulder, kind of pushes your chest with every...
I'm like a 12-year-old next to him. I have some people that would love to meet you, Mert. Please, come inside. First round's on me. Come, I'll like pat him on the back.
Oh, I wouldn't turn that down.
I know
and
you
he
wouldn't.
strides in past Biff into the front door.
And lead him up to the group. And specifically to Albus. Oh, here's someone you probably remember. I'll point at Albus.
I'll turn around and be like, Mert, my very good friend who I know so well.
He laughs. He does a big boisterous belly laugh. Whoa!
I like step aside so that he can sit at the bar.
I like you youngsters. Darren, what are we having?
Shit. Whatever he's having. All of us. I'll look at the rest of the group. Order. Drinks are on me.
Floon leans into Mertz. In between you, it's like Aldous, Mert, Donovan, right in front of the bar there. Floon like leans into Mert's ear and then leans back out. And Mert like perks up, looks from his left to his right. Then he turns around. He looks at the whole group of you.
I'll get Mert's attention and gesture over towards Rhea and Joanna and say, Mert, I know you said you keep abreast on the new adventurers in town, but I wanted to let you know we have two new members of our party, Joanna and Rhea. Rhea here, she's on a quest of sorts, searching for this magical, mythical item.
Huh? Wow. What kind of magical item? That sounds very interesting indeed.
I'll let
Yes,
Rhea.
it's an evil. Yeah, I tell him it's an evil stone called the Stone of Galore, and it's just a small green stone with like three little orbs or eyes on it.
Is it? No.
Well, Floon here, he mentioned that we might as well try the Blue Alley, and we heard that you might know of a way in.
How much is this item, say, worth?
That I'm not sure of, but I know it's
Why do you
important,
want
so it must be valuable to somebody. But to me, I need to seek it to destroy it.
Wait, why must it be valuable?
All value is relative.
Just simply because of its yeah, definitely. So depending on who it is, there's value, but there's definitely a strong presence and power to it. If one knows, how to use it.
These
I see.
dwarves
many
know their rocks, as they say.
Much like many magic items, yes.
There
Yes.
may be more value in destroying it in actuality.
Yes, I need to destroy it.
Oh, I see. Well, he takes a drink of his beer. You said it was called what?
The Stone of Galore.
Well, I've not heard of it myself, but Floon is right. Can't hurt to, and since you all never been, it can't hurt to check the Blue Alley. Why, many a times a lost or much sought after artifact has shown up in there. And in fact, there's something in there I heard rumors of just recently. I would pay a handsome coin for someone to retrieve. But Fluten says you need a password, and I'll get you the password.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And he raises his glass. To adventurers! And he nods at every one of you.
I return it.
Everyone's been given a
Cheers.
drink, or they've been pushed across the bar at you anyway. All right, let's see here. Where are we on the... Yeah, yawning portal. All right, I'm going to switch scenes.
Okay.
Think.
Wow, we're getting some shit done tonight. We got Joanna, her holy relic, this thing that was meant to be with her forever. We're going to get Rhea's stone and, I don't know, burn it, throw it into
Hopefully, get the stone.
throw it in an ocean, or
Put into the fire.
Yeah. Cast it into the fire.
Aldous has got a new spell book, and we got Roland's finally can sleep at night.
Mm-hmm.
You can proper orgy now, dude. No distractions.
Stop trying to make him drink. God.
Speaking
He
of trying to
just
live
stopped
vicariously,
yesterday.
what are we after here? You're
Stone.
young.
Oh,
You're
me?
young. Yeah.
I don't even know what I'm doing, quite frankly. I don't even know how to run a bar.
Well, then
and
maybe,
somehow
maybe,
I've ended up
you
an
need
owner.
a few orgies to straighten you out.
It's not my style. I'm not a folk hero like you, Roland.
Yeah.
You're like a rock star, dude. Come on,
Maybe if you had,
you're Robert.
maybe if you had enough orgies, you could be.
You're Robert Plant, dude. Like it's just. You know.
Oh God, really? Fabulous.
Donovan's an orphan who has had 3 girlfriends, and
Well, then I guess maybe if you invite them all over at the same time.
you
might
said
be-
no. Not the 2 of them won't even talk to me, and the one that does doesn't like me. So, you on the other hand are a hero. So, I'm trying to get this business off the ground. So,
by what? Promoting my
nah, man, I'm trying to get us
to
all.
be my amorous adventures.
I'm gonna put that out there. Sure, I got a folk hero. It's gonna be staying at my tavern all the time, dude. That's the shit.
Yeah, that sounds fabulous.
I know good marketing.
You'll be famous. Won't that be something?
Yeah, that'd be fabulous.
We'll be famous,
Exactly.
and we'll all be getting paid. So
Yeah. You the colonel? When my eldest to your colonel? Like I got to deal with this shit? I mean,
yeah, wouldn't say your boss.
Like
Right?
Selena
I'm
and
gonna
her
get
dad.
fat, start popping pills, and end up dying on the toilet, right?
Yeah, but
Like, you're Edward James Olmos in the movie.
oh, look at this.
It's not bad. I could be worse.
It could be worse. Where are we in the city, DM?
Well, you if you're leaving the yawning portal, then you're right around the center of the city.
Oh, okay. So he gave us a password.
He gave you a password. It's not the word necessarily. It's kind of like a click of the tongue. Like is the password.
The African bush people? What is that?
Where? So where is the blue alley? I mean I know of its existence, but I don't know where it is in the dock ward. Is it near?
He says he tells you it's has moved. It moves from place to place, but I will tell you where to find it now.
Inconvenient.
It is in the C ward,
The sea ward.
pretty far north.
That's totally
Actually, trying to find.
opposite. Where? Wait, you say north or south? Oh, sea ward. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
See if I marked it already on the map.
I think you did on
Yes.
Ivory Street.
Right here.
There's a
Yeah,
blue. Yeah.
you just double check that that's what that is.
Around the corner from the Tower Olak.
Tamora's
Mhm.
tower.
Appropriation, but
She's my patron goddess.
Yeah.
Dom-
Up
Dom's-
Ivory Street. That's it.
In here?
If anyone wants to mark that, feel free.
Actually,
if not, I
you-
will.
I think you already marked it.
It's marked. It's just not identified.
Right.
Oh. I don't know if I can identify it.
No big deal. I'll put it on there later.
I'll do
If
it.
that's where-
I'll do it now.
It gives you that address or those the equivalent of directions to get there. Tells you to click your tongue 3 times when you arrive. And here, let me find the map I have.
What was that? The gods must be crazy.
Oh wait, on your way by, did you stop by the bookstore? I think this was. Yeah, you would have had ample opportunity to stop by Blackwell's Fine Tomes and Fine Books and Good Tomes. You see the lights are on as you drive by. Do you ask them to pull over and see if you can catch your parents there?
Yeah, maybe I'll like pop my head in to see. Maybe see if the guy is there, the boy. I forget his name.
Milo.
Milo.
How could you forget? You were trying to look so forward to seeing your parents, and that's all. He was your only link to even confirming that they
I
were.
know, I'm horrible.
No, not horrible. Just saying, how could you forget? You didn't forget.
Okay.
Hold on. Where? What the heck? All right, and you might all be on here. We'll just assume he's only popping his head in for the time being.
Do they sell books, or is this just a him thing?
It
Yeah,
is-
they sell.
It's a bookstore.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm going to ask for any cooperation that can be provided. We're going to treat visiting Blackwell's Fine Books and Good Tomes as
I want to meet his parents.
much as we possibly can as a sitcom.
Okay.
So you
Okay.
see,
I want to meet Albus's parents.
so Milo says, "Good evening, Mr. Blackwell." And Mr. Blackwell says, "Good evening, Milo." And
He's awesome.
the live studio audience claps for Mr. Blackwell. So have you seen anything of our son? And you come walking in as he says, "Have you seen our son?" Wait, are you on the map? No. Hold on.
What a cool map.
Right. And
Harlow's there, and you can get rid of her since she's a
he
spy
says,
and a traitor. I'm gonna have to kill her later. Oh, sorry.
"Aldous, my boy." And he comes over for an embrace.
Immediately, I'll just like exclaim, "Dad, I wasn't expecting you here. You haven't been here for so long."
Oh, he's out taking care of, business.
Sure, Dad.
And then you hear, "Is that my baby?" And
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Mom, is that Mummy?
so sorry.
No, I love it.
I'm feeling like this is very familiar. I'm kind of scratching my head a little bit. I've seen this somewhere.
Oh, one of my
Stupid, and
one of my favorite shows.
I have everyone's attention. I have to do this to you.
Oh my god, I love this.
So she comes in and embraces you.
Roll.
as well.
Yeah, I give her a big hug. It smells so familiar. It smells like home. It brings me back to my childhood. The oils that my mom uses in her hair.
And
yeah.
Yeah, go.
And I just say, "Oh, it's so good to see you both. I've been in the city for a while now. But Milo told me you guys were at the our cottage, our small little quaint cottage of modest means in the countryside."
Oh, you mean the cottage that your father just sold off to help the less fortunate?
Ooh.
What? Well,
Oh,
I
yeah.
know.
You'll have to tell him all about it, Father. And she kind of walks away,
Bless
cruises into the book
bless you.
aisle, and Aldous' father. So, well, you see,
Hey, mine now.
had an opportunity to help the less fortunate. We don't use that property that much. And Aldous' mother chimes in, "Yes, but it's all part of an inheritance, isn't it?"
Inheritance.
Uh-oh.
Yes, your inheritance. He just sold it off to help the less fortunate. Isn't that nice, Aldous?
I think it's wonderful. I mean, I personally I'm doing quite well after coming back to Candlekeep, which I won't be returning to. Nothing bad happened or anything.
Oh, do tell. You graduated then?
Oh, sure. I mean, well, they don't really have graduations there. I didn't get a diploma or anything, but I learned so much. I published a few papers, included in a small manuscript, but it's an honest living. But honestly, I think I'm making more of an honest living now.
Whatever makes you happy, my boy. And he puts his hands on either of your shoulders and just gives you a nice little shake of admiration and just happiness to see you.
Mm. I'll
Yeah.
turn back and I'll like quickly introduce everybody to the party and like what I'm up to now without mentioning my magical abilities.
So good.
All
I
right.
wanted to
Well,
step forth and shake both of their hands. Mr. and Mrs. Blackwell, it's so good to meet you. I go way back with your son.
and they fawn all over you, just polite and accommodating, and hey, offering to have a seat on one of the sofas, offering. Oh, the mother goes and fusses for tea. Um, oh,
I I think my mom should say she should say something like, "Oh, well, we've been waiting for ages for Aldous to meet a nice woman."
you get inspiration for that, Alpha.
Well done,
Okay.
Alice.
Aldous.
So, I do have to start getting ready for my oh, and Mom butts in and says, "Oh yes, do tell them about your little evening soirees with the gentlemen's club, if that's what it is." And he says, "Oh well, I mean, yeah, I've been getting together with some other business people, the same people that have been organizing charity events and whatnot. Well, a complete waste of time, but um, it does keeps an older guy busy and rubbing shoulders with some of the elite in Waterdeep has its advantages. Keep us in the it scene, so to speak. I don't know what you young kids say these days, but it's good to keep in with the gentlemen of the area, of course. But yes, I do have to get ready soon, and that's what has kept me busy of late. I'm so sorry I haven't been available. I heard you were here in a couple of days. But great to see you, boy. Great to see you.
Oh, likewise, Dad. It's great to see you both. I wish you the best of luck in your philanthropy.
I'll nudge Alice in his rib cage with my elbow.
Make a sanity check, Aldous.
Okie Let's see. Mm-mm. Oof.
That's pretty sane.
Well done.
He's
Alice.
ready for him to lose his mind.
Mm.
Your heart starts to beat heavy in your chest and loud in your ears. Mm. And the vision starts to get incrementally narrower. And you see it coming on. Oh, trying to fight it because you're standing right in front of your parents. You fight it back a little bit, your vision gets a little bigger and then narrows and narrows, and for an instant you find yourself in that black void represented by a pinpoint of light. And the pinpoint of light now is on a very short tether. And you see it is within this building, behind one of those walls. Something is interfering in the communication you have with your patron.
Mm.
And you hear it, you perceive it as a low groan And absent of the headaches that you were getting when these visions started, you've become accustomed to it and you don't even notice that part of it. You can almost tell it's there, but then you pop back and
Can I put my arm around them to try and like do I notice that Aldous seems distracted?
if you were paying attention to Aldous, you would have, yes.
As soon as I see him getting sort of that far away look in his eyes, I'll put my arm around him and say, "I'm sorry. I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Donovan." And I'll like kind of put my arm like strongly around him, like wrapping it around all the way to his other shoulder and like kind of pulling him close, like, "Hey, I'm Donovan. I'm friends with your son. It's so nice to finally meet you, a fellow business owner here in Waterdeep."
Oh, are you? And they fawn over you. That now you.
Oh no, please! It's new business. New business, please. Actually, I'm very interested. I'll look at Aldous. Does he seem like, does it bring him out of sort of his state at all? Like the contact, or
He's totally back now. It was like a moment, and he's completely lucid. But you could tell, for if you were paying attention to him, you would have seen him kind of like go off for a moment.
So if I was watching closely, is there any kind of check I could do to see if I could tell what was happening to him?
Yes. Passive
Perception,
perception.
insight.
Do the passive perception.
Okay.
Oh, actually, insight's probably better, and you're probably strong with
Oh,
insight.
not that that's why I suggested it, but yeah, that is why I suggested it. And also, he's just more insightful too.
wow! Look at you, 23. Good job, Elf guys.
So, you're paying attention to him just because he was kind of the center of attention, and you notice, just like Donovan, and you probably even like look over at Donovan because you can tell he's catching it as well. Possibly just a spell from, a maybe not quite faint spell, but maybe he's been doing a lot of research. You've read for long periods of time in the past, and you remember how the fatigue that could set in if you're researching something enough for long enough. It can affect your, composure during the day, I suppose. Nothing more than that.
So I could say like he looks, like intense, like almost obsessed with something. I just don't know what.
He is an intense guy, yeah.
Well, I won't let him go.
Okay.
I'm going to hold him close. Mrs. Blackwell, what a beautiful shop. I can't believe how gorgeous this place is. It even seems to be even brighter now that the two of you are here, and the fact that I've gotten to know your son so well, and he's, we're roommates now. I have a small business not far from here in the North Ward, and Mr. Blackwell, I heard...
Don't be too wordy, my boy. And she grabs Dad and pulls him out the front door and says, "Sorry, we've got to go, and we'll see you. Please stop back." And they walk out the front door.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad.
I'll grab Aldous and look him in the face as if...
Dad seems regretful, like she's pulling him out the door, like, and she just says, "Oh, too wordy, my boy. We'll have to get on our way." And they go out the door.
I chuckle to myself.
I'll ask Aldous. You all right?
What's that?
Are you all right?
Well, I'd look at her. I'd say, "Really?"
I'll kind of ignore his parents. Kind of as soon as they get to the door, I'll turn to Aldous. Be like,
"Wait, who's gonna write Milo's one-liner?" Milo has to have a one-liner like before everyone leaves the shop. Anyone want to write it?
Oh no. Um, he'll just be like, again, I always have to man the desk by myself.
There you go. Perfect.
Nice. That's a team player right there.
Well done, Albus.
Thanks. I'll turn back to Donovan and I'll say, "Oh, yeah, I'm feeling fine. Um, today just seems to be a particularly rough day for me. Those images I see sometimes they're coming back. Today I've already experienced it twice, and one just now.
Well, you're among friends, not just me. So I'll pat him on the shoulder again, kind of glancing around the room at the rest of our companions. If you need support, much like Roland.
And I'll disclose to them specifically that like earlier today I had this vision of like 3 different lights, and one of the lights I seem to like recognize in um, Azure Edge, and the other light seems to be in this building
What?
somewhere.
Oh, we gotta look around then. Wait, I'll look at Joanna. Does she like freak out or?
I think she's keeping her composure, but I'm also kind of like, I agree. We should look around.
I must be clear. I don't know what these mean or if it's even useful or helpful to me, but I have a feeling that definitely Joanna and my destinies, our fates are intertwined now. And I think that's the case for all of us.
I say, Aldous, could I speak with you a moment?
Sure, I'll nod.
A very important question to ask.
Hmm.
Do you get a family discount on books? And if so, may I use it?
Oh, of course, of course. I actually was just about to ask my parents if they could give me a key to this place. I'm sure that.
The wonders here. My gosh, so many beautiful books.
Oh, I'm sure that they would allow us free reign, especially now that I don't have access to Candlekeep and its vast library. I'm sure they'd be willing to let us use theirs at no cost.
That sounds wonderful. It sounds just wonderful. They
Don't
seem
you
to
worry.
exit in quite a hurry, though. They seem to have somewhere to go.
Oh, my parents, even as a kid, they always were doing something, donating money to I'm trying to think of like a ridiculous charity that doesn't actually help. Insert name here.
The Salvation Army.
Yeah. But they're always doing something, hobnobbing, that sort of thing. I've gotten used to it.
Aldous, you remember from your episode a moment ago, you're reminded by this a thumping in your mind. You sense something is in the back of this shop.
I think I'll just probably like wander, try to like play it off, not, or maybe should I tell somebody about that? No, I'm just gonna wander around and like look through the books and make my way towards the back of the shop.
All right, well, there's doors right here. You can just move through the doors while everyone's kind of like wrapping up, saying goodbye to Milo, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And
I keep watching this dude because he's been real weird.
no, it's not back here with all these crates. You go over to this side and you see one of these tomes, which look like they're laid out for cleaning, and they all have tags that they're slated to give to customers. It looks like, But at least that's how you remember the handling of the goods. And you look down at one of these tomes, and it says on a tag for Victoro Castellanter, and you feel in your head thump 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 thump.
I'll like immediately pick it up and open up the cover to see if there's a title or something like that.
The History of Faerun is the title.
Okay. I think just like immediately I sense that this is important, and I'm just gonna put it right into maybe like my coat pocket if it fits or something like that.
Yep. Simple enough to do. I mean, you could like hide it under your. Don't you have a robe on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, robe. Yeah. So I'll do that, and I'll just like discreetly go back to everybody. I won't tell them that I picked up anything.
Okay, so you rejoin them.
Would have I seen that or not?
What's that?
Would have I seen that or not?
No, he went through these doors. There's doors right here. He went into the back of the shop here, into like the office and work area.
You know what? Actually,
Okay.
I'm just gonna be like, oh, I was just picking up something. I think maybe I have a question. Maybe like, do they have a spare like set of keys or something that I can take, so that I can come and go?
Yeah, you know where they keep them, under the behind the desk.
Okay, I'll just take like a copy so that I have it.
You reach right past Milo, grab the keys off of a little hook that hang.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just say, oh, I just needed to get something. I had my eye on this this first edition of a History of Faerun. You know me, just love my history.
History is interesting.
Oh, it's the most fascinating subject. I know a lot of people hate it, but yeah, so that I'll just sort of play it off as that.
The young Milo's just like he's got a book open. He's like looking at you like, whatever, man.
Yeah, and then I'll gesture that.
Wait, what's his? Okay, and then he says, just before everyone walks out, he says, "I guess I'll be the only one to man the desk." On his
Again.
and the scene closes with exiting everyone. All right, and you guys go out. Thanks for your patience with that, everyone.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah, it is. All right. Blue Alley.
Yeah, we have what we need now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, someone marked it. Okay, let me find it. I actually couldn't find it a second ago, but it's in here somewhere.
I marked it, but I screwed it up. I did it in black.
I can move it. I see it. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves while I find this map.
So,
Hiding.
There I say,
so
look, I think we need to discuss something. You're hiring all these people, and you've yet to hire a bard.
wait, you asking me?
I am.
Oh, I know. I haven't hired anyone. These are people that came to me. I mean, no, that's not true. I did hire
I don't remember that.
I hired a barkeep, and I'm probably going to try and hire Maloon. But the rest of these folk, much like yourself, you've just happened upon me, and I find myself. Someone had recently told me after a prayer in a church, I'd said when I realized that I may have been cursed, that there is, in fact, a god for me, or a goddess, I should say. Her name is Tamora. And since I've begun prayers to her, she has brought me you fine folk. Not only you, Elfgeist, but you, Rhea, and you, Joanna, And I have to believe that moving forward, that the gods preserve us, and that there's a purpose now in this. First, we help Roland, and now we help Rhea, and then we'll see who needs help next.
You will excuse me if I did not take you for a pious man.
Oh, no, I'm no priest, but I've lived long enough, at 18 years, to know that the gods, they play a role here in Waterdeep, and I have to believe that, to be quite honest, little more than 3 days ago, my purse was empty, I had no shoes nor socks, and now I sit with you fine folk. I have to believe that, someone's looking out for me at this point.
In a fortnight, you gain these riches.
Well, I mean, I was friends with Floon as a youngster, but yes, some of this has simply been dropped in front of me. I wish I could say that it was through some skill of my own, but I think it would be bragging, and I think the rest of you would see through all of that as you see that I'm not only not capable of running a bar, but barely capable of running anything else.
So I ask and state, this is how you've been paying for everything upon these riches that were given to you.
They were given to me, yes, with some conditions, but they're minimal.
There always conditions?
Oh, well, they were, I should say, friends of mine had saw something in me. I can't answer what, but I've had some luck.
Loan sharks, I'm sure.
Well,
you guys in the carriage now? Where did you guys get?
I saw the lack of guile in your eye, no doubt.
In the carriage, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. These folk had given. There were certainly some conditions, and I'll be more than honest that the tills, well, they're a bit low these days. But my experiences is easy come, easy go, and I can't help but believe that surrounded by you good folk, that good things will befall me, and not only myself, but all of us will benefit from that.
Well, I've never run a tavern before, that's for sure.
No, me either. I mean, I was an orphan until, a little more than a month ago, so I have no skills in that, which is why I've hired the best, and I'm gonna need some help. I'm not even gonna. I can't just try to.
We're here for you.
That's good to know, because looking around, probably the youngest person in this carriage, I will look at the dwarf, the elf, well, even Joanna and Aldous are probably my elders. I know Roland is. I'm looking at everyone. I'm like, look, I really don't know what I'm doing, but I've kind of lucked myself into this part. So my attitude is I've always had sort of orphan families, friends that have become my brothers and sisters, and that's the way I see each of you. Sadly, many of them haven't lived long enough to join me in this dream, but I've chosen to take on a surrogate family, and that would be the group of you. If you
I feel an immediate connection because I have a similar feeling about many of the friends I've made and lost in battle, and running away from my own family.
Floon interrupts and says, "Oh, speaking of friends, we're riding right by the Neverember residence. Maybe Renair's in there. Do you want to stop in here before we head to the address for Blue Alley, or
yeah, sure.
or just head on?"
You can pick him up. Renair's one of my friends. This is Floon.
Well, it's just that he had that information. I overheard Rhea talking about that stone.
He might know something.
Renair was saying something about that. It sounded awfully familiar.
Yes.
If you want to check that out first, it's up to you. Otherwise, we could just head on.
No, we should. If it assists in Renair's place. And Joanna, I very much appreciate your understanding. As I've never had a family of my own. I've been an orphan since I can remember. And so I'm happily excited to have a surrogate family in the group of you. I've not always made good decisions, and I won't present myself as that, being a wise old man, but I would hope that together we will find luck and prosperity with each other's assistance.
Joanna is
say-
starting to feel less reluctance to the group because before she was still sort of standoffish, and now she's sort of grounding herself with the people around her and realizing that she's in the right place.
Awesome.
I would say sometimes you're better off not having a family, but still, I appreciate what we all do and who you all are. You are all steadfast fighters, and you seem to fight for a common cause, and I appreciate it. So whatever else, I'll fight with you.
I'll take you as my brother nonetheless, Elfgeist, and prove myself to you, as I'm sure the rest of us will. Or I'll die an orphan without friends, as was my fear from a child. I won't fear that again. From here forward, all of you are my brothers and sisters. We move forward as a group.
I'll pat Elfgeist on the shoulder. So, you're a good man.
The carriage comes to a stop with at that point in your conversation, and you see this. I assume you see. I changed the map to the Neverember residence. That's what the building looks like.
Fancy.
And to greet you, standing at the top of a elaborate staircase on this grand estate, is Renair. And he says, "So what do I owe the honor? And what is this group of ruffians?" Floon says, "Well, we got a question for you, my man." He says, "Sure, come on in." And as you're walking in, Floon explains he hardly spends time here. I'm surprised we even found him. It's kind of become a flop house for a bunch of our friends. He's just usually out and about. And since his father was ousted from the city, he retained ownership of this. And he trails off as you guys enter into the house. And he offers you beverages, offers you to sit around here.
I'm okay with the beverage. I just came to seek if you know anything about the Stone of Galore, and maybe if you could tell me any information about it.
The Stone of Galore. That's a very interesting subject, my friend. And one that deserves a drink. And he starts pouring them. Well, I was hoping I wouldn't hear that word again, but when I was kidnapped, I don't know if Donovan told you, he had saved me, kind of, and Floon. And Floon nods as he says, "Oh, yeah, I think we've told everyone here. I don't know."
I say kind of. I'm not sure what that means.
While I was being held, some of the thugs were talking about this Stone of Galore. Hold on a sec, I gotta pull up. So anyway, I learned while they were interrogating me that this was somehow they were making a connection between this Stone of Galore and some fortune I've heard about that my father embezzled from the city and left behind somewhere. This Stone of Galore was mentioned while that was all going on.
Your father.
Yes, Daggold. I wish he wasn't.
Yeah. So, in some way, still, you are connected, whether you want to be or not.
I'm afraid we are, unless I take my mother's name, afraid we are going to be connected. Trust me, I've thought of it. There are spies that still follow me around. But I must say the Xanathar has backed off.
Well, the secret arts, I have no time for those.
So I'm not sure how much more help I can be, but
The Xanathar, no, they were plaguing you.
say it again.
The Xanathar, they were plaguing you. I mean, beyond your captivity with them.
Well, yes, up until that point, yes, I suspected I was being followed. And like I said, less Xanathar now and more I think they're spies of my father's from Neverwinter. I can't be sure.
Xanathar will they'll pay for what they did to you and to Floon.
Aldous, roll a wisdom check.
Okay.
Or also, I guess Elfgeist, you can as well.
Ooh.
Seinfeld track plays. Just kidding.
Good try, Aldous. Oh, Elfgeist,
wow.
even worse.
Oh my god.
Oh, shished.
Maybe Rhea? Maybe
Sorry.
Rhea? I don't know.
I'm gonna go ahead and use the inspiration to re-roll it.
Roll a wisdom check or intelligence check. I'm not sure. Whatever's stronger.
I can do that, right? To re-roll it.
Oh yeah, if you want to use your inspiration, go for it.
Okay,
There you go.
that's better.
Much
And
better.
should I roll 2 or no? Just them
Go
2.
for it. Go for it, Rhea. Rhea, having been far removed from human concerns, shouldn't by all rights know anything about the going to and fro of the or the politicking of humans. But let's see if she pulls it from the oh, is it 14?
Mhm.
Yeah.
You've heard of Daggold Neverember and his son, the estranged son of Daggold Neverember. Daggold, the former open lord of Waterdeep and current lord of Neverwinter. Father and son detest one another, Renaer goes on to tell you. And Renaer is least happy when I find myself forced to deal with some mess my father left behind, he says. Qualities that we both share include, our looks, our love of drink, a flair for diplomacy. What I lack is my father's belligerence, ill temper, and bad judgment. I'll admit I live off a sizable inheritance left to me by my mother. And as he says that, you notice he has a necklace around his he as he says my mother, he moves his hand towards the kind of elaborate looking necklace he has on. I spend a lot of my time defending Waterdavians against those like my father who would deprive them of their coin rights. And Floon chimes in, seeing like he might be a little hesitant to share personal details with people that he knows. Some of you is familiar with Donovan and whatnot, but Floon kind of encourages him to continue, indicating this is a safe space to talk in. And Floon says, yes, well, he retains the rights to Neverember House, or more formally called the Brandathal Manor.
It's a beautiful house.
4-story residence here in the Seaward. And like I said, he spends little time here as possible, because he just doesn't like the memories. And plus, he's always felt it's been under constant surveillance by the spies loyal to his father, Floon says. And
could we get a sanity check on him for that?
He handles it well, actually. And he doesn't seem to buckle under any of this stuff. He's just a little shy sharing some of the information. He seems like a pretty strong-willed individual. And he says, well, my friends have open invitation to use Brandarfell anytime they want. I'm not here much. If you need a place in this part of the town while you're here, certainly feel free to use this place. I try to keep it comfortable. And he motions towards this room, and some of the furniture is like covered over in large sheets, as if it's just going unused, and just trying to keep the dust off of stuff over time.
Xanathar will pay for what they did to you.
I'd rather be in taverns and fest halls than hang out here.
That's a sensible position.
And Donovan, you've heard that some believe Renair's estrangement from his father is nothing but an act. And you're going to freely share that information with the rest of your party, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you're the only one that would really know that. And that anyone who bears the Neverember name is an enemy of Waterdeep. Is what they believe, but...
No, these are lies.
It's not true.
Xanathar will pay for what they did to you.
Renair just shakes his head at such accusations.
I'll hug him.
I get on with my life. He accepts the hug.
I know you will.
Thank you, Donovan.
No, I know you will.
I have many powerful friends to watch my back.
And you can count all of us among them.
He said powerful, Donovan.
We will... what happened to you won't be forgotten, Renair.
Well,
not by me.
Everyone roll a passive perception.
Matt Renair.
Looking for a natural 20.
Yeah,
There
Raya!
we
That's
go.
a shit! That's what I'm talking about.
Wow, I got
my
one.
God.
Oh, 2! Holy shit! Holy shit!
Holy shit. Oh my god!
Oh!
What's
That is the shit!
All
wait.
right, get ready for low one.
So we see it. We definitely.
I'm really-
see it.
Cool.
I'm really interested in my beverage. I'm just sitting on the little love seat.
It's really good.
Oh, just stop it rolling.
Three natural 20s in a row. What?
I can't believe it.
That's awesome.
So, Renair is talking to you, and when he had mentioned his mother and changing his name possibly. He reached up to the necklace on his neck, and all three of you at the same time think, well, you don't know it happened at the same time, but it does nonetheless, it happens at all the same time. You each individually think, well, that's a really nice locket.
Thieves.
Could we all say it at the same time? All 3 natural 20s. Could we all say it?
Yes, you can.
Insane.
You can pretty much make up anything, however, how auspicious you want this to be.
Sounds good
I
to
feel
me.
like we should. That might happen.
It's a
We
pretty
all
big
thought
clue.
that
I
would
wasn't
be
going to give it
around,
away at all, but I was looking for a natural 20 for something. We got 3 of them, so
Yep.
the clues are coming.
Piece of shit.
Renair looks at it. He sees the 3 of you staring at him. Do I have something on my what is it? He looks at you, Joanne. He says, "What? My hair?" And he starts fixing it. Now he looks over at Elfgeist. He's like, "No, did I have my button done wrong?" And he looks over at Raya. No, it's not what. Do I have a bit of condiment? Is no one going to mention what you find particularly striking about him?
I
Well,
say
what is it,
that's
people?
a very nice amulet.
Staring at.
That's a very nice amulet.
Well, I thought we all at the same time were just like, whoa.
Well, let's do it.
Wait, what did I say it was actually?
A very nice amulet.
A locket.
Okay.
I should have if I didn't. You all notice at the same time that it is a locket. So,
So
he
they'll
says,
say, "That's a very
"Oh no, I don't know it to be a locket. It's just a very nice." So he denies that it's a locket just casually when you mention it being a very nice locket. He says, "No, I just think it's a decorative thing," and you know very well.
Hmm.
Look, you see the little latch on it where he apparently has never seen this little latch.
Huh.
Say something to him.
Well, yeah, I'll point it out. Like, oh, you see this little thing here? You can open it up. It's a little hinge. There should be something in there or something you could put in there.
He's trying to
I
wrench back enough to see what you're how you're opening it or what you're telling him. He's like, "Oh, I never knew," and he pops it. All of a sudden, does exactly what you tell him he could do, and the little door on this tiny little locket pops open, and a little marble-like thing falls onto the floor, starts rolling by each of your feet on the floor. Oh, what was that?
I rush to pick it up and try to take a look at it then, if able.
Looks like a little marble with maybe a cat's eye design in it. Actually, it looks strikingly like a little eyeball, actually. And Renair says, "Well, how about that? What is it? Is it a diamond? I didn't see it
You
set
tell
on the
me.
outside. Did it pop out of the inside of this? I've never seen it before."
Be
Very
careful. Be careful
Could
touching
I-
him. Be careful
Could
touching him.
Could I do a perception check to see if he's maybe playing stupid?
Yes.
Well,
You don't think he's playing stupid. And whoever noticed Rhea's ruffled brow earlier, they notice it again. Do you remember who that was? Someone looked over at Rhea, and Rhea was scrutinizing something.
It was Elfgeist the last time.
Yeah. I think
Elfgeist, you notice that furrowed brow on Rhea again. and you see he's kind of like giving the like side the wink eye at Renair, like, is he telling us the truth? Squints his eye, looks at him like,
Yeah, and so I then look at Rainier, and then I look at the marble, and I try to see if I recollect if there's any similarity between that and one of the eyes in the stone that Ray is looking for. If maybe that's what's freaking him out.
wait, how would you do that though? It's just something he described to you. In terms of, he did describe to you what resembled little eyes in this stone.
Okay, so I haven't seen an image of it.
Right now, he saw an image of it.
Yeah, just me.
Okay. So, and then if he wouldn't recognize, then I wouldn't. Then I don't know. Yeah, I'd take note of that.
Do any of you know what this is? He's looking now. He picked it up, put it in his hand. Whatever is it? It's not like a gemstone. He moves it around in his palm. Anyway, thanks for pointing that out. It's very cherished heirloom given to me, well, regretfully by my father, but it was in my memorial for my mother's passing. I do appreciate that. It's the one thing he gave me I'll always cherish. Well, in this house. Well, and those lamps. And he left those. Very nice.
So they're very nice lamps.
The necklace, this house, the lamps. Oh, and these rugs. He left these rugs as well. I really did appreciate that. They're very nice.
That's so nice. But...
So, I'll meta a bit and tell you that because you rolled 3 natural 20s in the perception thing of concerning the necklace, I just had to kind of force you to get that. It's a little, but it's not like it's being delivered early. It's perfectly placed, actually. So, all right. Well, where are you guys off to? Where were you headed? Where are we going? Renair says, and he puts down a napkin that he was just like tidying up with. Where are we headed? And he's looking between the group of you.
To the Blue Alley, if you'd come.
Oh,
Yes.
Blue
And
Alley.
Floon says, yes, I'm here to see them off. Why don't you come along, Renair? We'll see them off, but I don't plan on attending. But yeah, they're going into the Blue Alley. And Renair says, oh, very industrious of the group of you. Are you looking to make a name for yourselves, I guess? Asking the group of you.
Looking to find the stone.
Oh,
What
you think
happens may happen.
in there? Yes. Well, stranger things have happened, that's for sure.
If not some information.
That makes sense. All right, well, let's go. And you guys all, he says you're ready. Do you need anything? I have a full pantry in here if you need to grab anything, or let's go.
If you have some potions of invisibility or anything fancy, that would be just lovely.
That would be good. That would be nice. Yeah, no, I don't have that. So carrot.
At like the first notion of like leaving, I like quickly finish my drink and I like pop up like a kid waiting for, I don't know, their older sister to be ready to leave or something.
Nice.
Yes, we'd be off.
All right, so you guys all get into pretty big group of you filling up this carriage now. And
So, who went with us besides Floon?
Floon and Renair. Jalester stayed behind the last place you were at. Floon was just helping to get you to
probably be best for the two of you to wait, possibly, in the carriage. Make sure he doesn't leave prematurely.
Yeah, we're not going into Blue Alley. We're not. Well, Renair's an adventurer, but. And Renair chimes in saying, yeah, Floon doesn't want to mess up his pretty face. And they have a chuckle.
Yeah, well, with what you just went through with Xanathar's guild, it probably would be best to make sure we had a strong sword arm here, making sure the carriage doesn't go anywhere for when we return.
Oh, yeah. We'll watch the carriage.
Excellent.
You want us to circle around the block or stay right out front or...
No, I don't think there'll be need for you to stay much further than where we go in, so stay close. Perhaps at the end of an alley, once we get there.
All right.
Do I pick up anything suspicious from Renair as we're going? Can I use my investigation?
Yes, but you don't. Renair's a very trusted person. I mean, if there's like a group of 3 guys that were going out together, it'd be you, Floon, and Renair.
That's what I thought, but in light of certain recent circumstances, I'm a little...
Well, you never know what a person might do when backed into a corner or something like that, and you kind of maybe search the back of your...
I think that's where it's coming from. I'm a little
It's
bit
probably, it's probably your own fears playing into it. Renair has shown nothing but being a loyal, caring. He legitimately does care about his fellow citizens, and he's never displayed anything beyond that. And he's been forever grateful ever since you rescued him a few 10 days ago.
Fair enough.
And he's super loyal. It doesn't get more loyal than
It was only 10 days ago?
Yeah.
No, the couple 10 days. At least 10 days, and then maybe a few days on top of that.
3 weeks. So, we're headed to Blue Alley at this point. It's evening.
Yeah, is everyone on the map?
I am, but I only see myself and Roland.
The other people are far to the right.
Oh, sorry.
So Donovan, you were like, I think he said back here, and then you walked back into these buildings, and it's a bit of a maze. But you work your way back out here. I'll put you. You work your way back out to the street after an unsuccessful attempt to find what's supposed to be Blue Alley. But you tried it a couple of times. You got to where a spot that he thought you thought Mert meant, and you did the password, which is what?
Has no idea what the password was.
It's the clicking of your tongue sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, Donna has no
So you do that down a couple of alleys, feeling really foolish, and nothing happened.
Yeah.
And you come back out, meet the crew on this street again, and just confirm everyone sees
Yep.
a big map. Okay, and you're all together.
Although
Here.
Harlow's still here.
She's gone. Okay, so now we have...
And Elfgeist, are you down here?
Yeah, Elfgeist is over here. Let's bring him up.
All right.
And we'll stop the carriage sound, because now the carriage has obviously come to a stop. All right.
Well, Blue Alley is in that direction. I'll point west, my right, but I'm not finding a whole lot of luck finding it. Perhaps we should go as a group.
Yeah, you see 2 more alleys coming up
definitely.
right here in front of you, and then you see, a tight space between these buildings, and then you see another alley coming up right down here.
Oh, I say, sure, I'll help, and then walk to a bunch of alleys and start clicking my tongue, the thing he was doing.
Just start with this one right in front of us. This one here.
Do that.
And then work
Yeah.
our way west.
You see that ends. You walk here. Place your whoever goes down there. Place your
I'll go.
your
I'll
token
just
in.
kind of
I
like
think we should
stroll.
all stick together.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you, Ray.
And just as you're turning that corner, Donovan, you're in front there. You see movement in some refuse, bunch of paper, boxes. Looks like a bunch of trash back here. And you see like a big mound of trash just move a little, like something's in it.
The fuck? I'll stop. I'll look back towards Roland, Rhea, Elfgeist, and Joanna and be like, hey, do you guys want to come up here? Because there's some fucked up shit up here.
So you're being quiet.
Yeah, I'll whisper quietly. Like,
You look back around, you see it's still moving.
I'll point is whoever responds first, I'll be like, over there. I'm not a warrior.
Well,
so.
I didn't want to leave Joanna in the street. If she's moving up in, or is she
Yeah, I'm coming in.
covering the perimeter?
Where did I see the movement at, DM? Over
What's
here? Where did I
Right
see the...
This big mound of refuse.
I'll pull Aldous back, kind of like with my arm, and be like, there's something moving to the right, up ahead. And I'll kind of motion with my hand in that direction. Rhea, she's first in line. Try and bring Rhea up near me so I can talk to her.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, don't go by yourself. I don't want you to go alone. Oh shit.
As soon as you guys turn that corner, step beyond like the line of that building there, the movement in the refuse stops.
Shit.
And you don't see another movement.
I kind of just want to start clicking my tongue now.
Do you?
I don't want to like make us all die, but like, yeah.
You do it. Nothing seems.
Softly. Okay.
I join in and imagine it as a kind of the Warriors kind of tongue clicking, like the bottles of clicking.
Yeah. I'm just going to turn off my camera here for a second. So you do it, and nothing happens, and no further movement from the refuse.
Okay.
Fuck.
Maybe we should try another alley.
I think we should. Let's hop the wall. Go this way.
I'll nod.
I'll look
You
around.
don't want to find whatever is moving in the trash?
I don't. No, I have no. No, we just move forward. Ignore it. I'll look at Elfgeist and say that.
There are refuse monsters who take the form of trash. That's a good point.
Yeah, we don't wish to disturb any of those. So I'll move up to the.
On my bow at this point.
I'll get up to the edge here and go. And then look around. Look back at Aldous for some comfort.
I'll just sort of like shrug, like,
Don't go anywhere. Don't you leave me here. Shit's about to get weird.
All right, so you guys are standing in this alley, looking at this wall.
I'll climb right up to
Yeah,
it.
maybe. Okay, yeah.
And with Rhea, hopefully nearby. I'll even offer Rhea a hand to like bring her up to the wall where I'm standing.
Everyone who attempts to climb the wall, roll a dexterity check.
Can I assist people in climbing?
Yes.
Acrobatics, maybe?
Probably a strength thing
No, just
for the person helping.
I'll roll dexterity. There we go.
That works.
Oh, dexterity works?
Yes.
Does that get us over this spot here? I think we're in the right place, kids. Get that magical axe you got now, Joanna.
Everyone climbing over the wall?
Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
lead.
I was
I'll
looking
lead.
for the saves.
I'll lead the way.
That's all.
I made it was my 24 was my dex check.
All right. You guys are capable, even though this is difficult. You do get over that wall, all the while keeping an eye on that mound of debris.
Mm.
Nothing happens with the mound of debris, and you find yourself. Everyone who climbs the wall gets over on the other side of it, and find yourself in just kind of a maze of buildings. Kind of what it looked like a few minutes ago when you had trekked back into this area. Just maybe 40 yards back. You had done the similar thing. Saw the same surroundings, Donovan.
I'll look back to get comfort from the fact that Rhea and Joanna and Albus are like immediately behind me. I'll bring one finger to my lip like, and I'll creep forward
Yeah, I'll follow.
to this edge here. About to get my ass kicked. Shit. Why is the idiot in the front? That's because you guys are too smart for that shit. You're like, let's put the dumb guy in the front. Go ahead, dude. You got this.
Everyone roll a wisdom check.
Fuck me.
And which?
Wisdom.
Shit. Not a good roll for Donovan.
Like perception
Sure.
or straight up wisdom?
Oh, Ray had a good one. Where's mine? Oh, Donovan an 18. Shit, yeah. Fuck. That's awesome. It's the best roll I've had on a wisdom check ever.
Well, Roland, Rhea, and Donovan, you're like, we didn't find it. It's not back here.
What?
We're not finding it's not. You guys are realizing this is just what you saw when you ventured a little further back. You ventured into the buildings. It's where you emerged from back onto the street. This looks the same as all that.
Oh.
You don't think you're finding it back here.
Even with the,
So should we sort of like circle back like this direction?
Can we hop back over the wall, or was it kind of
Yeah.
a one-way thing, or a drop maybe?
you're certain if everyone lends a hand, you'll be able to get everyone. Donovan going last because he's the most able-bodied. But if you guys like form up, basically a pyramid is what you did. And you basically
Okay.
walked up their bodies over the wall. You know, anyone who was shorter in stature, or didn't have his steady footing, like maybe Aldous, they went first, so they had the aid of everyone. You can get back over the wall.
Then I'll try to go first again if we're doing this like pyramid sort of thing. And do another dex check, I guess.
We can base it on the last dex checks. You make it back over.
Okay.
Want to check another spot?
Whichever is closest.
What was that?
You want to all place yourselves where you want to be?
Who's blue?
Donovan.
You were just doing that?
Yeah, he is.
I just see people clicking down here.
Are you able to move your guys around?
Yeah, I am.
All right, well, haven't seemed to found it yet.
We haven't been down here, have we?
Nope.
Okay, so I kind of want to cast a spell on this moving garbage pile.
Okay.
The spell is True Strike. You point a finger at a target in range. Your magic grants you a brief insight into the target's defenses. So I don't like, maybe that will tell me something about what's in there. I don't know. I'm not sure if that's helpful though.
Did you cast it?
I don't know. I really haven't decided because I'm the only one up here.
I'm
so.
right to your.
No, that's me.
Where? Oh, that's you over there. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn off the. Hold on a second.
I'm down by the blue road.
Sorry. There you go. You guys can see the whole map. You should be able to see the more than your circle of light now.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
all
maybe
the way over here. It won't even work.
He's
There.
over there, right? Yeah.
Oh, you didn't do that. You didn't jump over the fence. You're still back there.
why I thought we jumped back over it, but maybe I was mistaken. I'll just
You're the only one
abandon it.
there.
I'm just gonna abandon it and
You can cast the spell out there.
Yeah, I thought we were going to hop back over.
He did.
I thought we did.
You helped him over, and everyone else is just kind of like meandering.
Oh, okay.
All right, well, I still have my bow drawn then at this thing.
Elf guys, you're like not with the group there.
Well, I thought we were going down that way. Perhaps.
Well, I'll cast the spell then. Okay.
Still staying on the other side of the wall. I'm not doing it until they get rid of that.
So I don't think I have to really do anything, right? I don't have to roll anything.
True Strike. So you point your finger at this mound of debris. You think that target's defenses is its natural cover, and that it could probably strike from any point under this large mound.
Hmm. Yeah, I guess I'm not getting the vibe that this is what we're looking for. So maybe we should just move on.
You have a feeling you'd
Maybe
have
for
advantage
now.
on the attack if you wanted to attack this thing,
Hmm.
having cast your true strike.
Well, no, I'm not gonna do that.
All right, they're like, Donovan, coast is clear.
Okay.
I think you're muted, dude. I haven't heard you for a while.
Let's move back down this way. That way. I'll point to the south.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow Donovan back.
I don't want to disturb whatever's crawling around in the trash. Up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
I get it, but I don't think it's. I think it's just. I just keep picturing the trash monster from
Sesame Street.
From what?
Yeah.
Who, Oscar?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't want to fuck with Oscar.
Yeah, his negativity just has no grounds here.
Because we're still looking for the portal into the Blue Alley, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I was thinking maybe that had something to do with
It might, but I could be wrong. But Donovan's sort of a natural coward. And he's kind of like, no, don't pick a fight with that. Whatever's crawling around in the trash.
Yeah.
As an orphan, that's always been sort of Donovan's. And I could totally be leading us in the wrong direction, but I'm like, let's go look over here. Because I'm a coward and I don't want to get my ass kicked by whatever's crawling around in the garbage over there.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are standing still in
All right, hold on.
the
So-
back alley here.
Was there any clicking done down here?
No. Elfgeist was the only one that went down that way.
And he went over here. Why won't this work? Son of a bitch.
I think you got about,
He went that way.
Elf guys just went down here.
yeah, about that far.
Yeah.
And
But-
what are you guys looking for?
Here's the Blue Alley.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it that simple?
Oh, wait, you mean... Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah,
go.
that's where I was going before.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't know.
Fucking for real? I
Could be-
mean, for
Could
real?
be that easy. Let's just go down there.
Hey, this alley looks blue, everybody.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I didn't think I could make it any more obvious. So it's
But
just,
I
great.
said that, and they're like, "No, we're over by the trash bags."
I was
okay.
way zoomed in, so I was just saying, I didn't even see that until somebody
What,
just.
what I said? Here's the Blue Alley
Good
or the
call.
Blue Room, whatever the hell I said.
Let's go that way. Come on,
Yeah.
Joanna. I'll assist Joanna in jumping down, and then.
Dear Lord.
is anyone going to do the password to see if you get some?
Probably all should.
So
Yeah.
the ground beneath you glows a light blue, and now you know you have found the the entrance to
Ah!
the Blue Alley.
Good call, Roland.
And there are actually 2 arrows on the ground,
Good
Yeah.
job, Donovan. You found
in
it.
opposite directions.
pointing in opposite directions. Yes. And you see appear in front of you a podium of gleaming soda light. Stands a few feet inside Blue Alley. Atop the podium lies a quill beside a heavy book bound in blue leather. As you approach it, the book is full of hundreds of names, each written in a different hand. About a quarter of the names have a neat line drawn through them.
Oh shit!
Examples include Ander Stormwind, Tara Mars, Shavara Fazim, Tordik Frostbeard. You look around you, you see the walls now are 20 feet high. And you feel as though you need to sign this book to enter Blue Alley.
All right. I'll freely sign my name.
I then say, hold the frick on, Aldous. You gotta stop signing things without thinking first.
Hey, you know what? It's 10:30, so this is when I'm going to let's stop it for the night. At least you guys made it to Blue Alley.
Yeah.
Because people have Mondays and weeks to prep for.
Navigating it a couple times, sure.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not sure where I could have done better. There probably were places, but
No. Just laughing.
No, you can't predict, you know.
so I'm gonna grab a beer. If anyone wants to hang out, I'm gonna be drinking a beer. But
That was great, dude. Lots of great role playing. That was great.
Yeah,
like
we got a lot done.
Bringing us
Yeah, it
here
was fun.
was real cool. That was a way to bring us around. So I almost feel guilty about. I'm like Roland said. I'm like looking at the map. I'm like, oh, it's a fucking Blue Alley. It's right.
I know. Looking at it now, I'm like, yeah.
How did we not see that? But, you know.
But then I'm like, what is an alley? You know?
Yeah.
Like existentially.
It's pretty.
No, but it's like, aren't all of these alleys? You know?
But it's awesome because Joanna
They're all
got
alleys
her.
except for the main thoroughfare.
It's awesome because everybody got a level. You got Aldous got a spell book to add to his spells. Joanna got a spell. Ray is on her way to hopefully completing part of whatever holy quest she's on. We've got everybody together, like real cool, except for Harlow. She's a traitor. We have to be real worried about her.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my, I was not expecting that.
No,
I
totally
did not
didn't.
figure she was an evil agent. That's a big surprise. But
Like,
I mean, we can eliminate her. That's fine. We'll take care of her.
I'm gonna fix Harlow.
I get the feeling that if she was an evil agent, she wasn't aware of it.
Yeah.
I thought at first I thought he might mean the Harpers. I thought, oh shit, well, maybe that's me.
Maybe it was was she
I
carrying it
don't
with her? A hamster?
Yeah.
Maybe it's
Yeah, maybe it's Chungus.
It's a guinea pig, I believe. Brian.
a big hamster.
Real cool though. Good job, dude. DM. Well done.
Yeah, really.
Lots of fun. So I think
these past couple sessions have been really great.
nice. Well, I feed off of what you guys put out, so as you can tell, it's really reacting to where you guys are tending. So kudos to y'all.
Team effort.
Yeah, real cool.
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody will be back. What are we talking, like be back in 2 weeks, something like that, or?
Yeah. It's a busy month. I'll have to pick the date. If people have best dates, certainly throw them at me. Otherwise, I'll hit you in the next day or so with what I have available.
Okay.
I have
Maybe
a couple of dates I want to block out.
Yeah,
Next
that'd be helpful.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Next Sunday, we're gonna be out of town. And
I-
then
We can send it through the chat just to make it easier.
okay.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
type
awesome.
out
I
for this
get it.
record of it.
My
It's
weekends are free
Michael's
until
gonna send
August
it in
30th. at
general.
least.
Cool. Yeah, everybody, throw out to the DM what works for them. I'm pretty flexible, especially on Sundays and Wednesdays. I'm pretty good. So,
Yeah.
had a great time though, everybody. I hope everybody had fun. I know it wasn't as combat centric as the last time, but that's actually awesome.
Yeah.
I love
That was up to you, though. You know, you
Yeah.
could have done the combat whenever. I'll keep it there as like, hey, let's see how that ended.
Yeah,
That's up to. That'll be a mechanism you guys can be like for too much investigation. Let's Let's see how that combat with Roland ended.
I think it's pretty cool, actually. I don't feel like we were cheated. Personally, I think this was like really cool. We got a long ways towards doing something. So.
I know meta-wise, you said there was like another level to the dream. So if there's that at some point down the line later, then that's pretty interesting. But if it's just finishing off the goblins, I feel like we can just do that. Because no offense, because we were kicking their ass.
Yeah, like eventually we're gonna do it.
Pretty dangerous.
Maybe. It kind of felt like we were one round away from getting our asses kicked. Pretty cool.
Did it?
Yeah,
Really
said
awesome.
Donovan from the second floor.
I was scared out of my mind. Dude, I was up there dude, it was me and Aldous. If it hadn't been for Aldous,
take that.
I was just like, fuck, there's like fucking 5 goblins. I'm the world's biggest. I'm just a wuss. So had I not been,
We shit out a couple of them.
I got lucky, dude. Donovan has luck. Plus, I
have to point out the Schitt's Creek.
Oh my!
Yeah,
so
that
good.
was probably my favorite. That was probably my favorite.
I had more and worse. Trust me, I held back.
Yeah,
I had more in case you guys threw me surprises.
Such a great show, dude. Well done. I love
Yeah.
you know, it's funny. I still haven't watched it, but now I.
Oh
like,
my
have
god!
to watch it.
Oh,
You never
shit.
saw it? Any of it?
No.
I love the character. I'm not a big fan of the show. I think like Arrested Development is a much better rich family.
That's hilarious. Arrested.
Oh, okay.
But the characters in Schitt's Creek, I just love them.
Yeah.
And the actors on top of the characters, the actors themselves.
Catherine O'Hara is like so good.
Oh,
I love her.
Yeah, those two in a Mighty Wind were
Schitt's
probably
Creek
the best I've ever
is-
seen.
Did you see her as Bam Bam in Larry David's show? Did you ever see that character Catherine O'Hara does as Bam Bam?
I don't think I did see it.
Dude, you have to. You have to.
Did.
Okay.
No, that shot.
It's
with-
hilarious.
Schitt's Creek is just awesome. One of my favorite sitcoms
you ever
of
see
all
them
time.
in a Mighty
Schitt's
Wind?
Creek. I did, yeah. No, I've seen Mighty Wind, Waiting for Guffman. I'm a big fan of all the SCTV shit.
Broken up couple.
Dude, Schitt's
the broken
Creek.
up full couple.
I did, yeah. But Schitt's Creek
That was
is, I think,
classic.
by far, like, the fact that it's his son that plays his son in the show.
That is true. It is his son.
So great, and I haven't laughed that hard. And he's my favorite character. His son in the show is my favorite character. So it's just so great that was excellent reference there, DM. Well,
Arrested Development. I got the boys were watching that. My sides were hurt every time I watched it.
but anybody hasn't seen Schitt's Creek, watch it. I'm pretty sure everybody that has seen it would probably say check it out. Because
if any of you haven't
sounds
seen
like
Arrested Development,
it sounds like Joanna has seen Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, I think it was kind of hard to get into. I would say the first few episodes are a little rough, but once you get through that, it's like it's the best, honestly.
So the last couple of seasons were just. My wife started watching it and I fell into it, and then it was just like
I was like in tears at the end.
Oh, it choked you up, like especially at the end. It like choked you up. Such a great show.
Is it ended?
Yeah, it's over, so you can binge like all 6 seasons. But such a great show, like really, really well done. So and great characters and the whole thing. It was just
it was 6 years ago when I came out. Are you kidding me?
Well, now we have our own built-in
probably
sitcom platform.
I thought I saw it when it started.
No, you're old, bro.
I may be old, but I still saw it when it started.
No, I mean you're like
years ago.
No, you're like really old, dude. Sorry.
It couldn't be 6 years.
No, you're like old, dude. Like dirt.
Stop.
I'm the same age as him. That's why I feel.
You're not Donovan anymore.
I'm fucking so old. It's so great. I never get to make fun of other people for being old. So great game. Thanks, DM. Thanks for bringing everybody together. You know, Jeremy, Justin, Alex, Mike, Roland.
Oh, wait a second. Here you go.
Where'd he go?
Love you, Richie. There it is.
Yeah,
Woo!
that was my favorite. We got some pretty good, like, well-timed laugh track moments.
Is that a
Really
touch
cool.
of WandaVision?
I love
Mhm.
the fact that it happened in Blackwell's.
Oh my god. I
Real cool.
just think that's great. That's great.
Real cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, kids. Had lots of fun. Can't wait till our next session. Hope everybody comes back. I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
everyone will now. Everybody's got some cool shit. So
Got
cool.
some vested interests. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'm feeling a little sleepy. So
Yeah, we're gonna get dinner, so
Great
thanks
guys.
again.
Thank you so much.
on
Guys,
the West
great.
Coast.
Thanks, West Coast kids, and everybody on the East Coast. Thanks,
so cool that our game spans coasts. Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeremy. Thank you.
Bi-coastal.
I gotta say thank you for bringing the West Coast and the East Coast together, and something that Tupac and Biggie couldn't do. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty awesome that you did
I
it.
guess they didn't try hard enough.
They didn't. It's pretty awesome. Love it. So awesome.
So you trying to be relevant with the 30-year-old pop culture?
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
relevant in 1995. I'm relevant.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm 2 years old.
Oh shit! Rub that in, dude. God
You're
damn.
2 years old in 95.
That
Mm.
hurts.
Shit.
That hurts me.
That was-
I think
Michael-
Alex was even younger.
Michael was 3. I was 1.
Oh my god! Oh my
I was at the
god!
bar.
Oh my
We had
god.
1, 2, and 3 in 95.
That was the
I was
first time I got.
Holy
That
shit,
was, the,
95.
Michael 3.
that was the first time I got arrested. as
95.
an
I think I already had
adult.
my bachelor's degree.
Shit.
And I took time off.
God damn.
Oh my god. That's
thanks.
so funny.
Really awesome. You're
Yeah.
Congrats to Jimmy for bringing this diverse group of characters
Yeah.
together. Thanks, dude.
Definitely.
Lots
Thanks,
of-
guys.
Just for the record, I was a big asshole in '95.
I was
You
there.
were what?
Oh, wow.
I could totally.
Same. I mean, I was 14. but
No,
whatever.
you aren't.
Let's just say
95?
that direction.
I was
Weren't
there.
you playing? You were playing at Abilene's in 95, weren't you?
No, it's true. I'm kidding, I guess.
No, he was an ass.
Is that- Is that
No,
right?
I was all over the world right around that time, actually. No, I was on top of my shit right then. Sorry, I was projecting.
Oh,
Word.
were you in Italy then, or Turkey, or was that right before that?
It was around there.
I think he was with me. I think he was with me in Amsterdam.
Don't
in
let us hold you
1995.
about this.
Oh
Sorry.
shit!
Oh, it sounds like you got some stories.
Oh, I got some stories about Amsterdam.
Yeah,
Thanks, kids.
because
but
we
I'll see you
stopped.
guys.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
You guys
Bye.
are great.
Yeah, I'll
Thanks.
see you.